Cool. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
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 Today we shall continue with our GURPS Conan campaign. This is session number 11. All right. Before we begin, is there any points that people are going to spend?
Apprentice would like to drop 20 points into his IQ.
He got smarter overnight.
He
I'm going to spend
woke
points
up
on
intelligent.
flesh wounds.
I'm more smart now.
Any other points being spent?
I spent some, but I don't know what they are off the top of my head. I think I sent it last time. Now I'm trying to race to get this stupid login for Twitch because it decided to log me out.
All right. So, quick recap from the last session. Geez, I have to try and remember it myself.
Yeah, we didn't do the fight last session, did we?
Naked
No.
demon fight.
You went and did a mission for Scandaga
Oh, right.
video to pick up some people that were supposed to be indentured into his service, but it looked like they were going to skip and run out of town. But you guys managed to pick them up and deliver them. But Apentius negotiated for this family and managed to, get them off. They were released. You did see during that time that this particular individual, I'll bring up his picture in a sec. Lieutenant Lycus was hanging around the sort of compound that is Santidio's sort of setup. Santidio being this guy. Lycus recognized you guys when you turned up there. I think not all of you were in the compound. I don't remember exactly who stayed out, but he at least recognized some of you, and it seems like he reported the fact that you guys are rangers to Santidio as you guys left. You, during the day, Materius was actually pointed out, or a fortune teller, which was where's her picture?
Oh, yeah. I need to remember that. She blessed me because I gave her a chicken. That might come in handy when the demon hits me.
She saw Materius walking down the street and freaked her out. And you learnt from her that she had a dream/vision where she saw Materius in this dream, and Materius was present when there was a monster going around killing and slaughtering people. Though she didn't actually say Materius was the monster, but we all know that he's the monster.
Yep, we're about to fight him now. He was running around slaughtering people.
Bad Materius. Bad Materius.
Which does remind me, Materius turned more into the monster.
Oh yeah, he wasn't there for that.
You're talking about? We're looking at him right now. He's a monster.
He needs
Right,
to
but
be
his
briefed on
stats.
his changes.
As your change into the Wendigo progresses, Materius, your IQ has dropped by 1 point, and thus all related attributes, so will, perception, and skills, has also dropped by that 1 point.
That is very, very unfortunate.
I think your level of Berserk also went from 15 or less to 12 or less.
You said from 15 to 12?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that might be it. I'm just checking. Yes. So that's it. So you got... Apentius got your intelligence, apparently.
I'll take it.
Well, then technically, shouldn't his intelligence have gone up by 2 points since Kurgan's IQ also dropped?
Ooh, good point.
It's
Yeah,
not
that
a
Yes, it
one
did.
trade.
that extra IQ went somewhere else. Some random
Went
on
to
the street
Switch.
got it.
Kudo got smarter.
Yep, he is now at 7.
That night,
Careful, he's going to be smarter than some of the PCs.
you guys were all sleeping at your various places, and you heard the sounds of screams echoing through the night. You went to investigate, and you found yourself
Hunting a
where's my map?
monster.
You found yourself on this street.
Fighting Materius in his full-on transform mode.
Fighting this monster.
No,
Damn,
literally.
Materius.
Literally, we found ourselves on this street. It's really weird.
You know that the monster has a very very awesome ability to literally become sort of invisible if it stops in the shadows. So if it stops moving in the shadows, you're making, I think it was perception -5 from memory to see this thing.
In addition to darkness penalty.
In addition to the darkness penalties, which I can't remember what we had
I
established.
think it was at -5
Yeah, that sounds about right.
because I remember Daniel griping that it was categorically impossible for him to make the check, so he didn't bother.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys moved on. Oh, you found what happened is you found the monster feeding on a poor guy that was in the stocks over here. It was eating him when you guys showed up, and then I believe you attacked it or did something, and it attempted to run away and hide. And now you guys are about to engage the monster, or the
It's
monster.
engaging us.
The monster. We ended the last session with the monster charging Boulder. Wow, can you move my
Make it
pointer?
older.
Evidently.
Interesting. All right, so let me just clear the screen for a bit. I will make this image big.
So it probably makes sense that Materius actually tried to leave with his spear because that's why he's lagging behind everybody.
But we're fighting him.
But only if he brought my spear as well.
Materials on the map.
He's not on the map because I don't think he was on the tracker, was he? Yeah,
He's on the
no?
tracker.
No, well, I'm zoomed way in because real estate and all that.
All right,
Is
so
Danu injured?
What?
Danu, is she injured or healthy means she's full capacity?
She might be walking a little funny.
she's not injured. Not in that way, anyway. The only injured are Kudo and Boulder.
Yep. Because what is it? Just yesterday, I got into a brutal fist fight.
You're already planning your next character, aren't you?
Nah. It'll be fine.
Just check over stuff. Good. All right, so let us begin.
Let us.
Let us indeed.
The creature. Actually, I will get, since Materius is now on the scene, and it will become clear to everyone that apparently the monster isn't Materius.
He's got a clone.
I'll get Materius to make a fright check.
Come on, Ethan. Roll an
Alright.
18. You know you want to do it. Because it'd be funny
Take
if
that hit
Materius
so we don't
just-
have to.
Yeah, Materius curls up in a corner and just whimpers the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, that's not great. That's going to be fright check at +4. Now is when you roll an 18 because I don't know what a 22 is, but I'm sure it really sucks.
Okay.
Also,
So,
roll versus health immediately.
So we'll see you next week.
Oh, nice.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
that's okay.
What, Danny?
I just discovered they've added the ability to change the size of the dice.
Yes.
They have?
Yes,
How do you
so
do
you
that?
can make them back the size they used to be.
How do you do that?
It's in the dice settings thingy.
You've got an option there to plus or minus the dice size.
I gotta find the dice settings again.
It's in the top right.
Oh, right, yeah. It's the pseudo D20. Groovy, groovy.
So Materius shows up just in time to collapse.
For
Unless he-
5 minutes.
Unless he, uses luck or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that's burning the luck early tonight.
Well,
Okay.
now he's easy meal for the demon of the dark, so he might start coming over that way.
Apparently, the witch's dream suddenly got real, like really real for Materius.
All right, success by 0. We're good.
You should take the fail by 3.
No, I'm good.
Because let's see, that would be a 19 on the fright check. Wonder what that would be. Let me look. 19 is severe faint, lasting for 2d minutes, and take 1 point of hidden injury.
Okay. So, Materius, you managed to, for a
Not
brief
faint like a
moment,
girl.
you had this flashback of you falling to the ground and being eaten by this monster, but you shake that out of your head.
And it makes you angry.
Yes, those people that have berserk, is it? I think it's every turn.
They have to be in.
Yeah,
So it's not every
you-
turn you have to make a roll to see if you.
No, that's
No.
only if you have the battle rage modifier, I think. Is that right? the
You're
right one?
thinking of what is it?
I don't know.
On the edge?
No, there's a berserk modifier.
No,
Hold on,
I
let me
No,
look.
on the
well,
edge
on the
means
edge
all
you
out
have to
attacks.
make the
It
check.
says here,
Right.
make a self-control roll anytime you suffer damage over 1/4 your health points in the space of 1 second, and whenever you witness equivalent harm to a loved one.
Well, I don't love any of you guys, so
Do you have sense of duty companions?
He's gonna go crap.
yeah, sense of duty comrades. Yeah,
See, it's even on
So
your
you
character
do
sheet.
love some of us.
but it's individual.
Well, he
Minus
likes us
2.
enough.
I only like one of you. I like Kudo.
Yeah, I was
All
thinking
right,
of
well.
the battle rage enhancement, where it's like you could under berserk, you go berserk in any combat situation, regardless of whether you have been injured. And to avoid that, you must make the self-control roll, even in a barroom brawl.
All right. So the demon charges for Boulder and will see. Do you have
I believe
extra
you
attack?
said he was SM1.
It is size modifier 1. Yes.
Groovy.
No, he not have extra attack. So he will lash out with his claws.
All right. Well, Baldur, having grabbed his shield and his axe, and that's all he's got right now.
You got a shield?
Yeah, it's right there next to my freaking door. So I
But
grabbed
your
both.
your token shows you've got your back to the monster, so you don't
That's
get a
good.
chance to
That's
defend.
good. The stupid token stuff is all screwed up.
Stop fighting drunk.
Right. Okay, so I throw up that shield and block that slash rather nicely, actually.
All right. So there is no shield damage or anything like that. So the demon will just sort of growl and roar at Boulder.
And I'm going to growl and roar back at him.
Materials.
Well,
Why is it going to Materius? That seems weird.
Yeah, it's Skip Kurgan.
Yeah, it's like
And
Kudo
Berenike.
and Baldur,
And Kudo got
Berenike,
skipped.
and
That's
Kurgan are all
because it was the
earlier.
demon's turn. You guys don't see the turn order.
So
Oh.
weird.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, stabby thing up front. Gonna go stab it.
You got a ways to go. You got to run up here.
Honestly, that doesn't make any sense.
What doesn't?
Not being able to see the turn order. There might be situations where you don't want to see the turn order, but most of the time you need to know where you are.
I think you can turn it on. It's just, I'm fine with it.
Is that the individual setting?
It is a setting.
Thought that was a GM setting.
Yeah,
Let me see if
I
can turn
think
on.
it is a GM setting.
Yeah, my option says player show turn order friendly.
The argument is you don't actually know the basic speed of what you're fighting.
I
At
think
least-
that's
at least
probably
until the-
appropriate for the first round.
Yeah,
But
for the
then-
first round you
then
wouldn't
after
know.
that, and I guess this is probably appropriate because we haven't actually. This is technically the first round of the fight.
Okay, so you should be seeing the turn order now.
Yep.
So you've got Kudo, Balder, Bernie, Kurgan, the Demon, Materius, Danu, and Apentius.
I see their speeds, but it hasn't rearranged it.
Yeah, I don't think it does unless.
Well, I
Did it
wonder
rearrange
if
now?
maybe
Not happen.
maybe it just
I
needs
just-
to bump.
That's weird.
I just redid the turn move. Did it readjust?
Yep.
Yep.
Wonder why Kudo goes before Balder. We have a same basic speed. And my name starts with a B.
He's got higher
it
dex than you.
That might be it. What's
your
Kudo's
basic
dex?
move?
My
14.
basic move is 8.
Mine
My
is
basic
8 too.
speed is
What's
7.
What's your dex?
Yeah, 13. He's
14.
slightly higher. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Right, back to the fight.
Danu, she is going to charge forward as well.
That's right. I'm up here.
She's a little bit more clothed.
Not by much.
Apentius is going to continue to charge.
Kudo's
Apentius
going
light.
to hold action and then move with Kurgan.
Roar! Deceptive 3.
Are we adding lighting modifiers?
He said, yeah, it's 5. I have night vision 5, so.
Yeah. So work out your own penalties with that respect.
So Balder is going to take a awesomely deceptive swing with that axe, and he is so far successful.
The demon not liking that. Actually, Balder, you would have had to step back because it was in close when it clawed you.
Okay. How was it in close? It should have reach since it's SM1.
I don't think your reach increases
No.
until size modifier 2. might be
It does
3.
have the deal where you can do a close attack at reach 1.
With size modifier 1.
Size
Yeah.
modifier 1 isn't any bigger than 1 hex is the issue.
My reach for a punch is C, 1.
Yeah. Normally a punch is C only.
No, it's fine. He could have been. It makes sense. He was charging toward me, and
All right,
No,
so
he
it will
needs to
do
make
a
the-
retreating dodge.
Needs to make the token smaller so it fits in the hex.
Do your damage.
that's not great.
That's something we really need to fix in the stupid rule set is actually override when it increases the size of the token, seeing as we can't control it anymore.
You can control it.
I mean, you can't make a bigger token and just let it do its own thing. It's going to resize it based on the size mod. Well, the size mod is wrong
Hang on, let me
because it
just
makes
check
it
the setting.
multiple hexes at size mod 1, which is wrong.
So you do have auto scale token. I'm just going to try something here.
Yes, it's auto scaling, but because size mod's set to 1, it's treating it like D&D. In D&D, size mod 1 is going to make it 2 squares or 2 squares diameter or whatever.
No, in the GURPS rule set, I actually have it scaled to GURPS size modifiers.
Then you did it wrong?
Okay, auto scale doesn't scale the token at all.
Does it?
If I turn off auto scale, it didn't scale the monster. but I've turned it on now, so now it's bigger.
Yeah. Whatever.
But it should
At any
be.
rate,
It should auto scale to GURPS size mods.
Right. Well, question number one is it in the right hex?
The hex that it's in now is in the hex it should be.
So that's
Because it
where-
retreated.
So that's where Balder should be then.
So no, Boulder should be where he was.
No, because it's not. It only takes up one hex.
Right, but it was in that hex when it attacked Boulder.
Right, and Balder had to
Boulder
step back.
Stepped back to attack it.
But he didn't step back 2 hexes, he only stepped back 1.
Right, but the creature
'cause I was in
retreating
that
dodged.
hex.
Okay, well that's what I was trying to ask.
That's the hex it should be in.
Alright. Damn it. Okay, Berenice is going to basically do a run around heroic charge. Yeah, it's been long enough. Now I have to remember what the
I just realized the demon has to be like, wait a minute, I'm really uncomfortable with this. Why are you two guys naked?
Why aren't you?
Technically, the demon is naked.
Well, it might have clothes on.
So I am going to take a swing with the Falcata. I will have the darkness penalty. I am going at a random target because it's dark. And I will miss a random target.
+1 size mod.
Size mod. Yay. Wow.
2 damage.
That was rough.
Daniel doesn't know how to react to this. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Well,
And
it makes sort of sense. I mean, you're swinging, ish slow,
it's reasonable. Swish.
and you shout, "Die, Materius, die!"
Not today, Falfiend.
Wait. Where is
it's
he?
not Materius.
Right.
And then
Oh, so
Kudos
when you
going
find
to
out
take-
this is not really Materius, you're less encouraged to kill it now.
So in case Endrick, just in case you didn't get that, the both of us over here fighting the demon are naked.
Also, Kudos going to take his hold action and move up next to Kurgan.
Let's remember shock. Shock.
Yeah, well, what are the chances it doesn't have high pain threshold?
Would say it's pretty high that it doesn't have high pain threshold.
Really?
All right, so this demon is going to just take a move.
Damn it! Now I have to zoom out.
Did it yelp in pain or did it grin with knowing something?
It yelped. You obviously heard it. It's bleeding red blood.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
We flicked too hard. Damn it!
Continuing to move on up.
To the east side?
Sure, let's say yes.
Penchus will continue to move up.
Kudos going to try to flank. So he's going to run to the left.
Just jump to the left.
Don't go there. All right. So I am looking at this obstruction here-ish. It looks like there are stairs. What is that supposed to be?
Chopping block.
Absolutely awesome. So that's like an execution block then.
Correct.
Yeah, how tall is that?
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to go up there to here with the heroic charge. I've got plenty of space if the stairs are like double something like that. 1,
So
2,
there's
3,
5
4,
steps.
5. Yeah.
So 5 steps would be what?
Yeah. 'cause I
Maybe a
still-
little over a yard in height.
Well, how tall is the thing?
Well, if
But
going by the steps, it'd be a little over a yard in height.
Okay, because
or a yard
I've
off the
got
ground.
I've got a move of 8, but I've only used 5. Operating on the presumption that this was counted as 2. If it counts as 3, that should be fine.
Yeah, was
I
gonna
think
say-
going upstairs counts as 2 unless you make a dex roll, where you're running up the stairs.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I
only-
just burned the 2.
If it's only a yard tall, he could probably step over it.
But considering this thing is SM1, I figure that's not going to be a problem. I can still swing at it. Rah! Have another wild, crazy, deceptive swing.
That's a 1 yard difference, though. So,
I have a reach of 1.
well, it has effects.
Really? That doesn't make any
3
sense.
feet of vertical difference as above, but the lower fighter is at -1 to any active defense, while the upper fighter is a +1 to his active defenses.
Doesn't matter. With a deceptive, that hits.
Bonuses and pens to hit arms, legs, etc., depending on which one you are.
Generally going for torso. Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Ow.
That's going to hurt a lot. So GM's like,
Well-
crap, I got to do math.
Yeah, I really need to hurry up and finish the auto damage calculator. It's too early in the morning to math stuff.
Well, what's its DR?
It's fairly high.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna second verse same as the first, so I can get over there with a heroic charge, swing for whatever I can swing at, and remember the size mod this time, and do that.
Let me see if it has to make rolls. It is a major wound. Does manage to shake it off.
Damn, 14.
That was before I got there.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit him.
Yeah, well, I did 18 points of cutting damage to it, so.
I succeeded at hitting him, whether or not he succeeds at avoiding it.
I don't know. He might be at half move, half dodge now.
That would be nice.
In which case, I'm trying to help you out. Yep, looks
your
like he's
damage.
half move, half dodge.
I hit you. Oh, where did I hit you?
Oh, right.
Well, that seems appropriate. Big damage.
Meanwhile, I'm sending great gouts of blood screaming in the air, like a proper
Sure.
barbarian.
I'm trying to do the 300 thing here. I want to hack limbs off. I guess I'll just settle for hacking him off.
Alright, so Demon does not like this situation that he's currently in.
Also, the nudity is kind of awkward.
Damn, that's going to be. Oh, man. Now I got to look up something.
I kind of wanted to do a baseball slide, cut him off at the knees, but naked.
How many steps we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So that's what? A little under a yard.
Almost there.
Holy crap, really? This is going to be awesome.
Pinchas will move forward, and we'll begin to climb the steps.
Kudo's going to continue to run around.
Right, I'm trying to calculate the jumping stuff.
What? Wait a minute. Is that a raised platform? Could you actually run underneath it?
I
Yes.
think it was hiding under it at one point.
Can I change my mood instead of going around, go through?
Sure.
So the broad jump. Okay, that is 2 minus that.
Thank you.
So I got 16 minus 3 feet.
Remember
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're not taking a run up here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was calculating what it's going to be, and then there's the thing that it says
Right.
you have all distances if you jump without any preparation. I'm trying to see if it is feasible for me to jump over there.
Well, my broad jump from rest is 3.6 yards. Jesus.
Well, the encumbrance table in the GCA thing, I have a jump listed as 8 yards in the non-encumbrance. So
Well, this is only a step down of 3 feet.
yeah, but I want to where he's at. He wants to get over there. He doesn't want to go down and then run over and then climb up. I want to jump from where I'm at to the thing that the demon's on.
Well, it
Which
seems
is
reasonable
1,
that he'd make
2.
that.
Yeah, that seems like it should be fine. Let's see. So can that be counted as the move in a move and attack?
That is
I
typically.
mean,
the case.
obviously, presuming I probably need to be making a jump check. I don't have jumping. Okay, so that's
I don't
dex.
know if you have to make a check for that.
You
No, you
have to
might
make a dex roll.
make
If you
a-
don't have jumping, you can make
Yeah.
dex.
Yeah,
Well-
it's okay. Dex check.
It's more sticking the landing than making the distance.
All right. Well, let's see. So moving attack and with a big ass jump. That's really weird. Why is it not calculating that?
So if you're landing in that hex, that's only like half a hex.
Well,
The
I'm
penalty
trying
would
to
be-
land on the thing, but it's not going to. It means I would basically be landing in a half hex area. I'd be landing in the middle between two hexes.
Well, you have to land in a hex, or in the the half hex is fine. It would just be a
Then I will
further penalty of
jump
-2 for like footing,
Over
but you're good.
here. Okay, so that's a little crazy. Man, I should have gotten freaking Daredevil. That would have been an awesome thing to pick up. Yeah, of course that was deceptive because it's like I was swinging while it looked like I was going to swing in midair, but I waited until I landed, and then it came in, and it's like, oh, surprise! And the demon might have been going. Is he about to fall? It can't retreat. It moved.
Why can't it retreat?
You climbed. You moved.
Yeah, I thought you could not retreat if you are doing a move. You did a move of more than one
No,
hex.
No,
last
that's
time.
only if it's a move and attack. If you do a move and attack, you can't retreat. Not that it's really going to help him.
Evidently not.
Do you damage?
Wow, that was some crap damage.
That was pretty whelming.
That would have been a pretty decent attack roll, but
Damn it, hold still. Jesus. God, I'm gonna have to do a freaking heroic charge again. 1, 2, 3, Jesus. All right, well I'm still on the lower end here, so I'm swinging for the legs. Not literally though. Random still.
Maybe
The
literally.
darkness size mod. And if we'll deal with that when we get to it. Then I won't hit anywhere near it, so never mind.
that was a big whiff.
Well, I can't
So-
see, so
Can you run with a knocked arrow?
Yes.
don't see why not.
Take a step. I'm going to fire.
Be hilarious if you tripped and shot it.
-5.
It's going to be range and darkness.
I got night vision 2, so it's -3 darkness,
cool.
-3 distance, and then he's a +1 size mod, so -5 total.
Cool. I'm running at -6 right now because of I don't have to take that damn he's smaller than me penalty. Ooh, you tried to miss that. Congratulations on failing to miss.
Do you damage?
Humanoid, right?
Ish.
For
Yes.
hit location purposes, yeah.
You shot him in the foot.
Well,
All right. So that's only piercing.
With a DR divisor.
Extremities are 1/3 to cripple.
yeah.
Not enough to cripple.
Nope.
The arrow sticks it in the foot. This creature is not liking the situation that it's in.
And it should just fall down and die. That's what demons should do.
Did the arrow do enough damage to overpenetrate, I wonder?
No.
No, if it wasn't a cripple, then it wouldn't have overpenetrated.
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna jump down on Berenike. What did it do?
It runs, jumps there,
Lands on its face.
but will fall down. Since he's falling, I'll do a random roll for his facing.
Goes face
Um,
first, right in front of a Pentius.
And Materius.
Clock face, or clockwise, one being up. So he ends up falling down, facing that way.
Yeah. Can you actually make custom dice? Wonder if you can make a direction die.
Alrighty.
Don't. Well, you can make custom dice, but I don't think you can change, what's displayed on the face. It'll still be a number or something like that.
I don't know. You might be able to. There might be a module for that because I'm thinking of some various games that might have Fantasy Grounds things that use weird dice faces.
It's
Might be
possible,
something to
but I
look
don't think I've seen any graphics in the in the core rule set or anything like that for dice.
There's one stab on the demon.
Don't even know why I bother rolling. But anyway.
Did it hit anything fancy? See? Oh, those could have been reversed. That would have been great.
Still, +5 to your damage. That's pretty good.
Hey, FYI, if you remember whether or not you've got overhand or underhand grip there, overhand gets you +1 damage. It's your reverse grip.
Oh, no, I did not know that. That's good to know. Thank you.
That's all she does.
The Penchus will step and concentrate. And he's going to want to cast.
You can't step there because you'd be stepping into the same hex. Yeah.
Step and concentrate and cast.
You'd have to step there because you were behind Materius, weren't you?
Yes.
So you would have to actually step onto the stairs to go up them first. Yep.
All right. I'll step and concentrate.
And what spell?
Whiplash.
What does it do?
You can probably find it under the abilities.
That's true.
Treat that as a seizure.
Did you use that before?
No, well, I've used that a number of sessions ago on one of those apes.
That's what I thought. Okay. This is that.
This will be interesting.
I don't know that we'll even notice anything happened.
This will be the roll to attach.
Well, I think you got that covered.
And how much does this creature weigh?
I'm going to say, at a guess, it'll be 300 £300.
Okay.
At least. Probably
That's
more.
So if it's up to 300 pounds, it won't increase my casting. It wouldn't have increased my casting negative.
So over 300 £300 would?
Yes, it would have put it up one more point.
That's why he doesn't like casting
Would
stuff
that have
on
affected your
fall.
roll?
Not that attachment roll, no.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's why he doesn't like
it's probably
casting
going to be
things on
more than
Baldur.
£300, given its strength.
Sure. So if it's up to 1,000 pounds, it would just increase
So that's going to be fine, unless you have to predetermine how much weight.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah, so it would have made my roll at -3 instead of -2.
Right, but do you have to predetermine how much weight you want your spell to cover?
Yeah.
So would you have made your spell cover more than £300?
I see what you're saying. Well, we could let the universe decide.
To be fair, when he casts normal spells, he has to keep in mind that Baldur weighs more than 300 pounds.
All right. This is a mind control, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mesmerism.
All right. So this creature is immune to mind control. So there's no need to make any further rolls, and we don't need to worry about working out whether it's over £300 or not.
That's not true. He still needs to make a roll to see if he crit fails.
I don't think there's an effect on the crit fail. Well, there might be. So roll to see if you crit fail on the spell roll.
Because,
We'll
we're
see if we
certainly
have
not
to look it up.
expecting him to roll a 17 or anything.
Not that your character would know it, but it doesn't appear that your spell has had any sort of effect on it.
All right.
It automatically succeeded its will roll or health roll, whichever one it is that it has to roll against. Okay. So you'll just have to scratch that one off your list of repairs.
All right, Kudo's going to do a running jump and try to hit it from behind.
I am totally going to end up landing on Kudo, aren't I?
I'm going to assess a -2 penalty for bad footing, considering that there's chopping blocks and stuff like that in the way.
Okay.
That's for your jump.
And this will be a heroic charge. And he's going right for the neck. I'm behind, so he doesn't get a defense anyway, right?
No.
He's also got night vision 5, so 0 there, so it's actually 18 plus 1.
All right, do your damage.
Should I see if he punctures a vein or anything like that?
Yeah.
That's a D6, just on a 1 it punctures, right?
Roll off the neck.
True. And he will be latching on.
Bunch of crap in my way now. One bit of furry crap, one piece of crap with a spear, one really short crap. Okay.
You're
So,
attacking into a hex with Kudo. You're at a further -2.
that's on the attack roll.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am operating on the presumption that I have the bad footing crap here because there's too much. I'm basically having to go here. See if I fall on my face. I did not. -2 because Kudo's in the way. Right. Well, knowing that he is prone and pretty messed up, I am not going to bother with. That should be 1 hex, not 2. I don't know why it's not right. That's really weird. It's not calculating that correctly. If I get closer, it's making it 3 yards. What the hell? Man, that is a kind of a mixed up mess. All right, so I got a -2 because Kudo's in the way, and since he is prone and pretty messed up, I am not going to bother making this deceptive, which may come back and bite me in the butt, but here you go. Which is probably good, because I might have missed if it had been deceptive.
All right, do your damage.
Jeez. I'm doing crap damage, except for that one time.
Well, the fight seems to be moving away from me, and it feels awfully over.
And, I'm jumping back and forth, and now we're kind of Rodney King-ing the demon.
This thing has so many hit points. It's crazy.
I'm just going to move over here and sort of look for an opening. Try not to get in other people's way.
Hold on one sec. I just need to make sure I calculate this right.
Math is
Okay,
hard.
Good to go.
All right, Kurgan's gonna move to an area where she has a view of the critter.
And start drawing another arrow.
Yep, he will fast draw. Ham-fisted is what, -1 or -2?
Crap. I think it's 3 or 4. Maybe it was 2.
It's -3 for the
Doesn't
-5.
Doesn't matter anyway.
-6 for -10.
Right. Wow.
So it says here,
That was wasted.
this does not affect IQ-based tasks or large-scale dex-based tasks, nor does it modify combat-related die rolls other than fast draw. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were thinking it was going to affect actual attack rolls, but then we're like, surprise.
So he is grappled at this point.
He is going to try and break free from Kudo's grapple. Can you roll a strength for Kudo, please? Or wrestling?
Oh,
Oh.
really? Well, I guess he broke free.
At least he didn't send the dog flying, because that would have been kind of amusing.
Now, would he be under any shock effects on that roll, the demon?
Shock doesn't affect strength rolls and stuff.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
only skill rolls. Because
It's
it doesn't affect dodge and things as well.
Well,
Cool.
specifically, it's Dex and IQ anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So is Kudo pushed back 1 hex?
I don't think so. I
No,
think they
they're still considered in close combat. He's just no longer grappled.
So I have to
Unless you step
re-bite
back.
for the neck again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait until Materius goes. Materius might steal your kill. It's what he's good
Well,
at.
a little bit. Alrighty, well, let's stab. And I'll do that,
Is
that
it still
overhand.
-2 for Kudo being in the hex?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then let me undo this one.
Well, if you weren't already using reverse grip, you have to reverse grip.
Oh, that's fine, I have grip mastery.
Grip mastery doesn't affect that.
Then never mind. I'll just stab him.
Yeah, there's a reverse grip technique that you can use basically to do your fast
Kudo
draw.
is rude.
2 damage.
And he fell down
Ooh.
again.
Well, he was already down, so
I know, but he fell down again.
he fell through the floor. He fell
Means now
through a
he's in
crack.
shadow and he can disappear.
Now I figure it was like if he had one hand that was starting to push himself out up. He's like whoop, and that slipped.
Okay. This creature is a bloodied mess of injuries, bites, cuts, and stabs. If any of you have demon lore,
Nope.
I think that would only be Apentius, if anything.
No, I don't. I don't have demon lore, sadly.
Are you done, Materius?
Ah, yes.
Did you strike extremity by chance?
I just
Vitals.
unmasked it. It's fine.
Tanu will sort of move there. I don't think that's within reach.
Great. She's staring right at Balder's ass.
She'll run around to the other side.
Pentis will simply step back down off of the stairs.
He's like, nah, I don't want none of this. Little crowded
Kudo's
up there.
gonna go back for the neck again. This is a +1. Plus is wait, he's prone. Is there minuses to that?
No, he just has penalties to defend.
There will be minuses for Kurgan because he's prone.
That's true.
Success
think
by
it's,
10. Would that be a margin
minus-
crit?
Nope. It has to be a 4 or 5 or 6, I think,
Got it.
and by 10.
All right, 2 damage.
Actually, I think it's showing as -2 on as a target on the postures on prone.
For prone?
Maybe for ranged attacks.
No, it just says target. I'm looking at that
yeah, okay.
quick reference.
It's no worse for targeting, it's just worse for defending.
Melee attack, defense, target, movement, and defense.
He hit a
target is-
vein. He hit an artery. Woohoo!
unless it's a proper demon and it doesn't have blood.
But it's bleeding.
It can't bleed if it doesn't have blood.
Right,
But
but
he
it's already
says
bleeding.
it's bleeding. So
In which case the
Okay.
GM could have just screwed up.
Nope. I did mention very specifically it was bleeding red blood.
Actually, you could see the second half of that part. That could be spine.
It's not a crushing attack though.
Right. Normally, it's not a crushing attack, but you could consider that a spine hit.
no, this is impaling of the basically back of the neck, piercing the vein, and grappling him.
Right. This is the bite attack, not the grapple. So, if he had already
That
established the
will be a
grapple, you
major
could call that a
wound.
spine thing.
Actually, no, it won't be a major wound.
It won't?
No.
Impaling to the neck is doubled. And that's times
2.5.
2.5. Wait. So you're saying 25 points. Is that right? 2.5?
Yeah, I think he is saying that. Corsair is DR.
Okay. Boulder.
All right. Well, let's see here. What do I want to do? Other than that, let's see. Damn it! I can't do that. I was about to go for the neck, but the dog's on the neck.
Well,
That
he
could
could try
be
to cut
bad.
through the dog.
I like the dog.
He wants to keep the dog. And it's not a dog, it's a wolf.
Okay. What do I want to do here? I can't go for vitals because I'm using cutting. The
Go
dog's
for
in
an
the-
arm. Chop off an arm.
Dog's in the way of my neck strike. I suppose I could just go for the face, but that's awfully close to the dog as well.
You could just step on something.
You could just chop off an arm or a leg.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Let's see here. Here, have an arm strike. Wow, that's like 2 crit fails in a row for that.
He falls
he's
even more
fallen.
prone.
He's fallen into the crack between the wood.
I'm just trying to see if this does anything. Okay. Injury over and no additional. Okay.
Yeah, he's clipped through the terrain mesh now.
At least I got double digits.
Depends on his DR.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I necessarily feel the need to contribute at this point.
Well, I figure Baldur's irritated because he got woken up, and he does have bloodlust. I mean, so he's like, "Stop moving, you stupid thing."
Kurgan will actually take a step back up onto the stairs to get a little bit more height, and he will knock his arrow.
And because he's stepping backwards on the stairs, he trips and falls.
And dies. It's terribly tragic.
Yeah, why not? Make a dex roll. I'm only crit hunting.
Jeez, really, guys? You guys don't
It's not us,
Kurgan.
it's the GM.
You'll trip, fall backwards, shoot the arrow into the air, and it'll come down and hit you in the head. In the eye.
In the eye. Or not.
He did stumble a little bit, though.
Okay. This demon has
Well.
little choice.
Shouldn't that have been health?
No, it should have been. But it's the same roll.
But we're crit hunting. Roll the correct die.
I'm sorry, that just
Alright. It is going to...
curl up in a ball and cry for mommy.
Doesn't have much options. It's going to all-out attack Kudo.
Has to break the grapple.
Doesn't have to break the grapple, it's just a penalty. So it's going to rake its claws across Kudo.
Doesn't it have penalties?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But it's in a bad way.
And the all-out attack will be 2 attacks. It is going berserk and wild. So it's going to be minus
8. So you got -3 for prone, minus
minus
4
4.
for grappled, -1 for size mod.
I think that's it.
Is Kudo in a back hex, though?
I'm going to assume no, because the creature broke free from Kudo before.
Yeah, okay.
In any case, it doesn't matter. It did not succeed by enough.
Miss.
And wait for it. One more stab.
A little to the left there, Kudo. Thank you.
Okay, good. I forgot Kudo, but yeah, that's good.
Oops, no, that's automatic hit. All out attacked.
Excellent.
Not that its dodges have done anything for it anyway.
That was the one to see if you hit vitals. So now roll again for your damage.
Yeah, I think he hasn't made a single.
Well, there you go. He hit the vitals.
I think he hasn't made a single dodge
No, I
check.
don't think there's a single defense that's worked for it.
This has not been this demon's good day.
He woke me up.
Oh, okay, you actually did roll damage. So that was
that
to the
confirmed.
vitals. Because it's to the vitals, he does have to make a knockdown roll.
Even though he's
Tickle the
already.
gizzard.
Though it was not a major wound, so that's not a penalty.
You weren't kidding about that thing having a lot of hit points. Jesus.
No doubt. That's why I'm going to do a telegraphic all out strong to the skull.
Yeah, seems like the time for that.
All right, the new.
Kind of over there to Berenike. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
She finally gets into a position where she can do something, but she's not going to do a move and attack. Apentius.
Don't step in Kurgan's way.
Yeah, Pentius is just going to move over to the side and let this play out.
Kudo's going to continue his grapple of the neck.
Nom nom nom.
Just to put some perspective on how blooded and cut up this thing is, you guys have done 83 points of damage.
That's not that much.
So with Kudo continuing his grapple attack, is it now just suffocating him, or does he roll
Yes,
damage
you
again?
have to roll contests of strength, and if you win, you suffocate.
You could also go for the neck break there too.
So I am
That's 4 points.
4 points.
No,
Or
it's just
no,
one
2
fatigue.
No, right. Yeah, I hate that. It takes too long.
How do you break a neck?
How did we do that last time?
There's a technique in martial arts.
Is that what we did? We used
I think
the
so.
neck snap?
Neck snap, 404. Let me look at that.
No, it's not neck snap.
After you
It's
advance the tracker,
crush, whatever.
you need to advance the tracker. And he cannot defend because he did an all-out attack.
Do damage.
Come on, give me decent damage this time. That's okay damage.
That's not okay. That's above average.
I wanted higher. I wanted a 5 and 2 6s, or 3 6s, or 3 5s.
Okay, so well, that one actually turned out to be easy math.
And any damage goes to the skull or to the
Dead
brain.
is easy. Yeah, I'm not going to get into this.
All right, so this health roll is made at -10, which it fails. So the demon effectively falls unconscious. Actually, I should probably make death rolls as well.
Too bad you don't get the -10 against the on the death check. Ooh, hey.
All right,
Well,
so
Kurgan might have killed it anyway. Just did a coup de grace.
the demon struggles a bit, and then the life leaves its body, and it sort of goes limp, still in Kudo's bite.
Rah!
And you all get a better look at this thing, and you have seriously, taken it apart. There's bits of flesh hanging off it. There's wounds everywhere. It's, leaking out red blood.
It's totally gonna transform back into a regular person.
Can Pinchus sense any magic, or at least make a roll to sense magic on this creature?
You would know that demons are magical anyway.
I would like to, at some point, then start to use my skill to get any mana organs or anything I can use for components.
Sure, make a roll on your skill.
Let's take its head and show it to people.
It's kind of fitting that the
Well, there's a block right there.
it's kind of fitting that the demon died on the executioner's block.
To an
Chopping
axe.
block?
An axe to the
and
head.
a wolf on his neck.
If the wolf hadn't been on the neck, I would have gone for the neck, and then it would have been super appropriate.
It wouldn't have decapitated. You wouldn't have done enough to decapitate. All right, so you will. Sorry, go on.
With that, with that skill roll, if I succeed by 0, I get 1 improvised component. But for better rolls, I can choose how to divide up and spend the margin of success. 1 point of margin for every 2 improvised components, or 1 point of margin for each basic component.
Okay. So
Or 3
you
points of
guys all
margin.
stand around. Apentius, you go to begin to harvest the organs, and soon as you sort of start touching it to, dissect it or whatever it is you do, however you go about that, the flesh that you grab just sort of falls off. It's like, the flesh has no cohesive force. It doesn't stay together. It just sort of falls off in clumps into your hand. And you can see, as you pull this away, you can see skin beneath it.
Well, let's do some skinning then and see what we find.
All right, so you pull the gore and sort of bits of demon away from this thing to reveal a person sort of buried beneath it. This person is severely injured. So all the the wounds and stuff that you have done have sort of carried through to the person underneath.
All right. Any recognition of the person?
You do recognize the person.
It's your mom.
It's Materius.
We knew it.
It is Lieutenant Lycus.
Oops.
So you have done a bucket load of damage to Lieutenant Lycus. At the moment he's still conscious, but just barely. He's in a daze.
He's not alive any longer.
Well, it depends.
I had already said that, Balder, like, yeah, whatever, it's dead, jumping down. So
He's in a daze. He looks to whoever's the nearest. He's probably a Pentius, and he'll sort of reach over and grab a Pentius's hand, and he'll say, "Help me." But he is dying. You can see that there's no saving this guy.
I think he said kill me.
isn't he the one that you wanted to kill?
So there's nothing I can.
Let her kill
There's
him.
nothing any of us can do at this point to save him.
He's dying, but he's alive enough that if the characters want to, you can maybe question.
Yeah. Well, Pinches is going to say, "Who did this to you? Who did this to you?"
Let Danu kill him.
He will say, he's sort of holding a Pentius's hand, and he'll say, "The gem."
Where is the gem? Where did you take it?
He says, "Help me, please."
You're beyond help. Where did you take the gem?
Can ease his passing.
He says, actually, give me a reaction roll.
Okay. Is this a universe or an actual gem?
Don't worry about any particular modifiers or anything like that.
Turkey
Okay.
could try to help him if he needs help. If he's wanting to get better, I can try to.
Well, you guys
Patch
did
him up.
123 points of damage. That's technically past -5 times hit points.
Oh, fuck him.
So he's going to die. You almost took him to -10, so his body is destroyed.
Right, but a lot of that went to the outer creature.
True.
Who cares? Let Danu kill him.
He
He wanted
says,
to kill him.
the patrician.
That sounds
The
like
patrician.
immortal.
Does that ring a bell with me?
If you have some sort of heraldry skill, you're welcome to roll that. Otherwise, I'll get an IQ minus
20.
IQ -4, I think. Or I'll also accept area knowledge,
Area
like
knowledge.
-4.
Nope. Don't got it. I'm not
Alright,
from
Apentius.
these parts.
You would know. Kurgan will also know.
What was the IQ minus? 4?
IQ -4. I made it by 6.
Oh boy.
That's
Yeah. Well, that
Fail,
can't be
Fail,
good.
fail. Yes. I have no idea what's going on.
So
It's just a
you guys
homicide
know
insanity.
the patrician Dominicus, sorry. He is in Scandaga, and he's just an aristocrat in the area. You don't have any particular details about him.
Why does
But we know he
is
has a
still
gem.
alive? Is he
He's still alive, but I'll give you 3 questions that you can ask before he passes.
Just ask 2 and then let Danu kill him.
Why did the patrician want the gem?
He seeks to reunite it with the staff and get its power. Please help me.
What will it do once it has all its power back?
I do not know.
It's
Well,
going to
I did not mean for this.
Well, by Ishtar's pendulous boobs, may you find peace at last, you dastardly bastard.
Danu, kill him.
Yeah, she wanted to whack him, right?
She did.
So she can kill him.
So
Final blow.
you step aside so she can have her vengeance.
Yes. I'll let her have her
I'll
vengeance.
heft her up there.
All right, so she will draw her. Well, she has already got her sword, and she will just bring it down on his neck, taking his head.
Well struck.
Yuck.
So
Well, that's
now
a
we
big
need to go
mess.
see this patrician. What day is today? Is it Saturday? Almost
Yeah,
Sunday?
I think you guys are doing the thing tomorrow,
Yeah, we got the church thing tomorrow.
and that means that's when Materius is going to go postal and kill everybody in the church.
Stop it. We've already
is why
had
we're not
some
going.
changes. That's why we're desperate.
Just
No, but they
saying.
lose an IQ point, so they don't know that it's going to work that way.
You know, Kurgan is selfless. If it doesn't work tomorrow, he'll probably just say, kill me. I can't bear to let my life go on and turn into this thing.
Can we keep the dog?
That's up to
Oh
Kudo.
wait, no wait. That's going to be your new character. You only get to play Kudo.
That would be cool.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Well, maybe what
And
happens
then every
is that-
time you say something, you go woof.
or somehow the Wendigo spirit transfers into Kudo, but it doesn't make Kudo a Wendigo. It just makes him smarter.
No, we don't want him to be any smarter.
Kudo's
What's that,
going to have
Kudo? Timmy went down the well again.
Kudo's going to have to go out and find himself another man companion.
How many points did you spend on Kudo as an ally? Asking
20
for
points.
a friend.
20 points.
Okay.
Was he 50%?
100%.
Oh, he's
Woo,
So
that-
as
that's
he
a scary wolf.
as Kurgan grows, Kudo grows.
Well, that makes it easier. So he's essentially got the same thing. He's got an ally of 100%. So he just needs to replace him.
Yeah, and we're gonna end up having to kill a bunch of set guys, and we'll find Kurgan's brother, who was like, cut up and beat up, but he survived, and now he wants blood-soaked revenge. Also, we probably shouldn't hang around here for too much.
We do need to probably report this. We are the watch, right?
Not really.
Not the
Eh,
watch.
not around here.
Oh, we're not? Okay. What do we do with the body? Do we take it with us
So it's
or leave it?
I think I briefly stepped away. He was like wearing a demon suit,
It's like he was wearing a demon suit, yes.
and the demon suit is still mostly there, but just not all there.
No, it's sort of fallen away and melted away. So there's just this black, sort of fleshy sludge around Lycus's body.
Okay, we've still got another guy's body here too, don't we?
You will see also Danu. She probably, before she decapitated him, she would have scalped him and then decapitated.
Well, she'll have two halves of a scalp then, I guess.
Well, that was disgusting. Good riddance, though.
Damn it!
What-
Now I'm awake.
1d6, and then what do you get? What is 1 and 2? The arrow is broken.
On 1 and 2, the arrow is broken.
Okay, I was able to retrieve my arrow.
Right. Wow.
So there is a half-eaten corpse still hanging in the stocks, as well as Lycus's body. So what is your plan?
Is there a ruin cry going up? Hue and cry?
I'm looking for a well.
No.
You will contaminate the water supply. No.
What?
It's
No,
all
I'm not going to
quiet.
throw a body in there.
Yeah.
There's a.
The quiet of the city has returned.
I'm going down to that pool and I'm the pool of water and like splash some of it over myself because I'm kind of covered in blood.
So
there's a
screaming
fountain
in
over
combat, nobody's
the
even
fountain.
curious.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it
considering this is
hasn't
kind of the
been very.
stocks, I mean, I doubt people are probably around here much during the night.
It hasn't been very long, so I'm sure that people will react. They'll be sort of peering out. What's that?
I say we head back to the hotel.
Though there have been
post-race.
reports of demons and stuff, rumors around, so people are probably going,
One
I'm not
left.
going out. I'm not going out. Screw that.
I just killed a demon, and I did it on purpose.
No, we'll probably want to go back to the witch tomorrow and let her know that we killed the demon.
We'll send Materius.
Or
See what
did you?
happens.
No, you just released it.
The black,
Yeah, anybody have to make any health rolls?
the black substance will, cover Balder, and now he becomes the next demon.
No, it
You
went
don't
into
want me to be
Materius.
the next demon.
Well,
No, we
Penchus
really
is
don't.
going to go back to sleep because he's tired and needs to wash this gunk off.
That's why there's a fountain down there. I'm gonna, stop down there, rinse myself off a little bit.
Yeah, good idea.
Kudo will go.
Keep
do
in
the same.
mind, that's the creature that I think it was a Pentius soul.
Yes.
Wasn't
Somebody
me.
saw it.
Yeah, rinse myself off, go back to bed.
So,
Sorry, you're not going to be able to bring that into the bedroom there, dear. Wrap it
so
up.
while you've killed this demon, or at least vanquished it, sent it back to wherever it sprung from, it wasn't the one that you've seen flying around.
I haven't seen one flying around.
The Pentius did.
What does a scalped severed head hanging on the doorknob mean?
Do not disturb.
So I'm assuming that you guys clean yourselves off and then head back to bed.
Yep.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Although Penchus will want to ask Danu some questions in the morning.
All right. So you will. Does anyone have like nightmares or any sort of sleeping disorders?
Yeah, I have light sleeper. I was going to roll it once I finish selecting the stupid thing that I was looking for. If I can remember how it works.
I think it's a health roll.
Damn it, that doesn't have it. Hold on. Wow, I don't have that written. That's weird.
So it's only Boulder that has sleeping related disorder. No one has nightmares or flashbacks or things of that sort.
No, we're all pretty well adjusted.
I have
At
the
least when it comes to
phantom
sleep.
voices.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we've never really brought them into play, but I do have the phantom voices.
Well, I lost an hour.
What's your role for that?
It's off of health. Oh, are you talking to
For the phantom voices.
Well, what it says here is that
That's
in
an
any
awesome-
situation, in any situation the GM feels is stressful, he may roll 3D. On a 6 or less, I hear voices.
Which version do you have? Annoying, disturbing, or diabolical?
I have annoying.
Okay, so I think that's just like a -2.
Yeah, if people hear me babbling on about my voices.
Stop it! Stop it!
Man, that should be getting rolled pretty often because combat is stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a character that has that. Who is it? It's Article, isn't it? Yeah. And it's kind of fun if you think about it. If you play with it, it's like, oh, he's the crazy person.
Anyway,
All
there
right,
you
so
go.
morning comes around. Everyone manages to get back to sleep. Maybe your sleep is a little bit restless and you have things going through your head like, what's going on or whatever. But you're awake at your various places of accommodation.
So,
Pentius, you were going to talk to Danu?
yes, I want to talk to Danu and ask about what would have been the curse that would have befallen anyone who stole that gem.
She says, I don't know of any curse.
Interesting.
What about the staff that he mentioned?
With that, she shrugs and says, I don't know of a staff. This is something new.
So the staff isn't part of your cultural treasure.
No, it's not.
What's
Good,
the
we can keep it.
what is the story behind the gem? I'd be curious to hear your people's story about the gem and how it came into existence.
Well, we don't actually know that that's the gem that was stolen from her.
She
We don't know, but
says
we're kind of assuming.
she says that she doesn't know of, the sort of legend of this, the Eye of the Hawk, but she knows that it is a significant item, or like a ancient artifact. It's been with her people for countless generations, and the druids, it is an item, important to them, significant to them. She basically tells you, I'm just a soldier. I don't know its details. She says, that is a question for... 1 second while I make sure I get the name right.
He's going to get it wrong.
She says, that is a question for Diviatics.
Who, what's now?
Diviatics.
Must be their tribal shaman.
Well, Danu, now that you've exacted vengeance upon this man, are you going to continue to journey with us or return to your village?
No, we're trying to get the thing back for it.
Need to recover the item. Where would this man reside? Where's his place of living? I will search there.
Scandaga.
Well, hold on. We need to figure that out. Maybe we'll get lucky.
We are
get to
in
fight some more demons.
Scandaga, so we just need to know where to find them in the city that we're currently in right now.
All
You
right.
want to have streetwise
What is streetwise?
to hunt down the guy's location.
Nope. Besides, isn't today when Morgan and Materius are going to go
Yeah, we
kill
need to go
everybody
to
in
the-
the church?
We need to go to the church, and we really would like you guys to be there in support.
You
To
just
kill you
want
when
us
it
to
goes
be,
wrong.
yeah. I'm not sure I'm comfortable in a civilized church.
Was it the Saturday or was it the Sunday that your thing
It was
happened?
supposed to be today.
Sunday, and I thought yesterday was set. Saturday was when we woke up, so I think this is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
The day after will be Sunday.
No, because session 10 was the fight.
True that. So let me just adjust this.
So they have to go and go all Kingsman 1 on the church people.
Or we may end up getting cured and revert back to our old selves.
That would be boring.
That would be awesome, because if I don't get cured, I'm just going to say, then sacrifice me in the name of Mitra.
And won't you be surprised when the priest goes, okay, and stabs you in the eye?
Which is
And you
fine.
don't die
And I go berserk.
with one eye for all eternity.
Cut to next scene where all of Scandaga is burned to the ground, and we're like going, well, that could have gone better.
Calendar is fixed.
Huzzah.
Okay, so you're going to head to the Church of Mitra?
Correct. Me and
Yeah,
Materius,
I don't
right?
know.
You're coming, Materius?
Nah, he likes being a monster. Monster. Is he even there?
Andricus, are you there?
Apologies.
Are you coming with me to the church?
Oh, yeah.
Or in this case, the Temple of Mitra, not a church.
So who else is going to the church? Or the temple?
Nah, I think Balder is just gonna lounge around all day because I'm still down 8 hit points. So he's like, trying to get that extra, that period of time for the daily healing.
Suppose Berenike will go do a thing for our victory against the demon. He won't necessarily hang around for those guys because he doesn't know how long they're going to be there, but I guess we'll see.
Kudo and Boulder can make health rolls to see if they recover a hit point.
Yep. I'll lounge around all day with
The
With,
same goes for
what's her name?
Materius. You can make a health roll to see if he recovers.
Very fit gives you +2.
I think it's only +1.
no.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
you get
it's
+2.
it's just a +1. You just recover hit points even faster. I mean, fatigue points even faster. I think. Now I'm super confused because I got. I was like, wait, that's what
Alright,
that
so
does. And
successful
it
roll
messed me up.
is you recover 1 hit point.
No. Very fit is the bonus to health rolls is +2. In addition, right, you don't recover fatigue points faster. You lose fatigue points at half the normal rate outside of combat.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what kept confusing me.
Alright, so those of you that head to the temple, you will see that there are people gathered and entering around dressed in their sort of Sunday best, heading into the temple for mass. There is a priest out the front greeting people, granting Mitra's blessing as they enter. You guys will approach.
We are here to see the head priest. We've already spoken to him. What was it, like 2 or 3 days ago? We are in need of a cure.
Who are you talking to?
Priest outside, I'm assuming.
That's not the same guy they already talked to?
No, this is just he's a greeter. He will say, inside.
Unclean!
What?
Inside, you will find the head priest. I can't remember what's the name of the head priest.
He will give you what you deserve.
Okay, we'll head in and locate the head priest.
So you will see the head priest is inside. He's sort of at the front of the temple. He's talking to some people. Other people are sort of taking their positions in the pews. There's murmurs of conversation around. You'll head up to the head priest who's talking to some people. He will see you two approach. He'll recognize you and go, you came.
Yes, we did.
He says, please take a seat. And he sort of gestures to an empty place at the sort of front pew. He says, enjoy the morning mass. When the time comes, I will call for you, and we will begin Mitra's blessings on you and cure you of your ills.
And your seat totally doesn't have straps for your arms and legs.
We'll sit and wait.
I'm assuming you guys aren't in your armor and stuff.
No, not today. At least not me. Materius?
Nah.
And horrifying, Berenike is running around naked.
Not in this case.
You've kind of got used to the naked immunity.
Kudo will be parked outside the temple waiting.
All right, so in usual fashion, since you are
Did Idris
worshippers, I'm not sure who went. Whoever went is told to find a place in the pews. It's only those that are up front, those that are being cured, that are going to be in the front pew. The rest of you will sort of be in the back somewhere or mingled amongst the people. So as per usual, the mass will begin. The head priest will read some scripture and have a message. I will let you guys decide what's his message today.
Demons suck.
The strength and power of Mitra. How we just need to continue to seek Mitra's will. Something to that line.
Well, that's a big block of text.
Oh, that's interesting. I like the Mitra's temples are conspicuously free of ornamentation. Oh, he abhors ritual of human sacrifice. That's disappointing.
He's a good guy.
Apprentice will probably be all too familiar with the temples of Mitra and find them boring. He will likely, he'll likely be maybe, I don't know, scouting out the Supreme Court, looking for patrician.
Well, I
But
don't know. I was
Apprentice-
thinking this would be the time when you could be like quizzing Denu.
I will.
He
So
already did.
those of you that are there, can you give me vision-based perception rolls?
Dun dun dun. It is totally a bunch of set, and you don't have your weapons. You're all gonna die horribly. Especially
it's not
Materius. He's too busy checking out that nun over there.
Okay, so Kurgan, you're sitting up the front with Materius. You're sort of looking around, and you will see that in the opposite pew to you sits the patrician Dominicus, and then he's sort of surrounded by the other, aristocrats of Scandaga.
Apprentice, you might want to roll a curiosity roll. You might be interested. You are curious. Maybe they might cure us. Maybe they won't.
Well, like I said, I don't think
Kurgan's
Apprentice
the
would
only one
really
that recognizes the patrician because you're the only one that actually knows who the guy was from before.
Poke Berenice if he's sitting. Well, he's not sitting next to me, right?
No, he's sitting
Okay.
in amongst the rest of the congregation.
I'll poke
I wasn't planning on
Materius.
hanging around.
I'll poke Materius, kind of gesture and whisper. That's the Patronus or whatever his name is.
Patrician Dominicus.
Patronus.
Patrician Dominicus.
That's the Patronus
Now he's Patronus.
Domino. The Patronus Domino.
So
I mean, Patronus being a pizza doesn't sound too bad.
so I'll poke Materius, kind of gesture and whisper. That's the Patrician Dominicus. And then I'll put my attention back to the service.
Who is completely stopped, and the head priest is looking at you like, "Do you mind?"
I said I whispered. Wow!
You just thought
hey,
you whispered.
that's that's Patrician Dominicus. Look over there.
So the service will go on. He talks about the power of Mitra and how entrusting your soul to Mitra will protect you, and you will live fulfilling and happy lives. The head priest then announces that some people have come to seek Mitra's blessing to cure them of their ills, and you'll see that he sort of calls the first person up, and like in very much the same fashion as a evangelical church. The person will stand there and he'll sort of ask, what is it you wish Mitra to cure you of? And they'll say, my eyes don't see as well as they used to. I see cloudy, foggy images. I seek Mitra's blessing to see clearly. And then the head priest will read from scripture and hold his hand to the person's head, and in a very sort of elaborate show or some showmanship, will cure this person, and the guy will say, you are now cured. Mitra will see to it that your vision will return. Will return. And
Yeah, I
this
don't think this is going to work for you guys.
this goes on for a few people. There's one person that's asking to be exorcised of evil thoughts, and there's an exorcism that takes place, and this person that's apparently possessed by, demons will fall to the ground and writhe around, and by the end of it,
Fine.
they have been exorcised. Now it is
1, 2, 3, 4.
it is Materius's turn. The head priest asks Materius to step up, and like the others, he says to Materius, "What is it you seek Mitra's blessing for? What ails you? What do you seek to be cured of?"
Well, some time ago, some thing entered me, and there have been changes. I do not like them. I wish them to be gone, please.
You know, that
That's
could
quite the
be
statement
taken
on
the
your
wrong way.
adolescence.
What was that, Appendius?
I said that was quite the statement on his adolescence.
So he will, in a similar fashion, he has his scripture in front of him that he reads from. He puts his hand to your head.
This is when he
Where's
goes
my-
berserk and starts murdering everybody. I guess the old lady was correct. Oh yeah, buddy.
So he will begin to do his ritual of an exorcism. Give me a will roll, please. So the exorcism begins, and he begins to move you around, and you don't know whether this is you just getting caught up in the moment, but you feel your body begin to sort of shiver and twitch, and then he sort of forces you down to the ground and begins to shout louder, and you feel your body shake, and you start shouting out grr, ah, and you're sort of swept up into the moment, and at the end of it you sort of calm. Your body feels a lot. Actually, I should get you to make a roll on berserk. This is kind of a stressful thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you failed.
All right, so
Just throw it out with your teeth.
while you're getting carried away with this ritual, something in your head sort of clicks, and you find yourself just wild. What are you doing?
Eating the priest.
Licking his
Lashing out,
crotch.
screaming, kicking at.
You won't have any weapons or armor or anything like that, so
Yeah, no stabbing, but lots of punching and kicking and stuff like that. Shouting to get off me. This is not what we agreed upon.
Biting people's necks.
Yeah, stuff like that.
all right, so what's the roll to come out of berserk? I think it's you attack until the subject is defeated, and then you have to make a roll to see if you attack someone else. I think it's something like that.
Materius, do you have bad temper?
No, none of us have that.
Nope.
Well, it says when you down a foe, you may, if you wish, attempt another self-control roll to see if you snap out of the berserk state.
All right, so you will start attacking the head priest.
I totally want that dude to be a badass and lay Materius out with a single punch. Like, stop it! Ain't got time for this crap.
All right, so attack the priest.
Kurgan,
Yeah,
being
brawling.
selfless, will try to go in for a grapple.
Ha! Bite. Nice.
And
That
we
is
were
it.
never allowed to come to Scandaga ever again.
That is a failed defense to your bite damage.
Holy crap. This is awesome. Now I'm disappointed that I'm going to miss it.
Let me just put someone in the combat frame.
It is going to turn into Kingsman 1.
All right, so as you sort of reach forward and you're biting the head priest, drawing blood. you
head
you hear
priest is, like, totally like, really?
you hear screams from the congregation as things are obviously getting out of hand. He will try and back away from. Actually, I should roll to see if he gets stunned or anything. He will try and back away from Materius.
Berenike was walking out, going somewhere else, and heard commotion from the church and wondered, did they just start the exorcism?
Did something bad just happen? Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm aware
Maybe
of
I
that.
should investigate.
I'm aware of that. Bad temper needs you to trigger berserk, but it's more fun this way. You're being exercised, of course.
The demon thinks it's under threat.
Kurgan will try to intervene, so he's going to go in and try to.
So before you do, the head priest begins, shouting, demon, crazy demon, be gone. May Mitra's power exorcise you from this soul. But you see he's like panicked. He's saying this more out of like fear and panic than any sort of control.
Is he a fraud? I hope he's not a fraud.
All right.
So I might go berserk.
Kurgan.
I'm gonna try to grapple Materius.
All right, give me a roll.
Strength check, right? Or just brawling?
You have to make a wrestling or a grappling roll, which is wrestling or dex or
He's
judo.
coming from behind. So poor Materius.
Yeah,
may
if I
not
come
get
up
a
from
defense,
behind, I can just grab him. Yeah.
unless that demon has 360-degree vision and it knows you're there. Or more horrifying, his head just sort of turns around to face backwards. Like,
All right, so you
like
have grabbed Materius. You have him grappled. Materius. At this point, I'll let you make another self-control roll on your berserk.
I want you to roll an 18, bro.
Good.
Boo! Boo!
You succeeded. Yay!
You should use your luck to turn that to or re-roll to go for an 18.
No, I don't think I will.
I would like to use his luck to make that make him re-roll.
I don't think you can do that.
Does the GM have bennies? Did we decide if the GM has bennies?
Does the demon
Come
have
on.
luck?
You're gonna have another chance for Kurgan to roll his berserk when he starts getting exercised. If the priest
And
wants to continue.
exercise. 1, 2, 3.
Exorcism.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so
Ooh. What if he
Materius,
casts the
you
demon
will
out and
calm.
takes his luck with him.
You will calm as you're restrained.
But your head spins around
The
like in Poltergeist.
the head priest is obviously
No, exorcism.
shaken, and he sort of takes this moment to sort of gather himself, and then he continues the exorcism. The power of Mitra compels you, and he continues to perform the exorcism. You will
That's a good
calm,
roll.
and Materius, you feel much better.
And the smoke leaves you and goes into the next guy.
Yeah, I was totally thinking of Supernatural with the way the smoke leaves.
That is a question. Do we see the smoke leave?
No, you don't.
So,
Totally going to go into for the patrician.
is that? Am I good? Am I? Apologies for the bite, by the way. Am I?
Mitra has protected you.
You should turn around and grab
Your
Kurgan
soul,
to make sure.
your soul is now clean.
Is he still hairy?
He's still hairy.
Is he still stupid?
You never
Only
thought he
one
was stupid.
point.
So what does that mean?
Well,
Yes.
you don't know.
Okay. Well,
What we're probably gonna find out is the GM is pulling our leg. we think we're cured, and we're still transitioning.
You
Because
should
he hasn't
attempt
told
a
us remove the Wendigo spirit.
you should
Made it
attempt a
worse.
fine motor task.
Well, Kurgan, seeing Materius kind of calm down like he is, he's gonna volunteer to go next.
And you should Materius should grab him, make sure that he can't go crazy.
The rest of the congregation have sort of calmed. You heard all the gasps and stuff as things were getting wild. But when the priest announces, you're cured, there's Hail Mitra, but his power is great, and there's some claps and stuff. Materius, you return to the pew. It is now Kurgan. It is your turn. The head priest. Would the bite bleed? Probably a little bit.
Well, it's crushing. It did 2 points. It might have
Oh,
broken
man.
the skin.
No, what happened is you don't realize that you've transferred that Wendigo into that priest with the bite.
So the priest will ask you, Kurgan, what is it that ails you? What do you seek Mitra's blessing for today?
Can I bandage your wound first?
He says, "It's but a flesh wound."
Same as Materius. We were fighting a creature, we killed it. Some kind of whiff of smoke entered my body, and
Y'all go
since
into a
then
lot
I've
more
noticed some
detail than I would
changes. And I need this whiff of smoke to leave my body.
Mitra will protect you. And like with Materius, he begins the exorcism. Can you give me a will roll, please?
18. That is disappointing.
So the head priest will begin the ritual, and unlike Materius, your reaction is not the same. It's like, is it working? And so the priest tries much harder. He says, may the power of Mitra compel you. And he goes on, he sort of pushes you down to the ground. Do you resist the push down?
1 second, let me look at my traits. I'm chummy, broad-minded. I do have bloodlust, berserk, honest. I am pacifist. I don't generally hurt people. I am selfless, so I probably will let him push me down for now.
All right, so he will sort of push you down, kneel, and continue the exorcism. But unlike Materius, you don't have the same reaction. And he will then eventually finish, and he will stand and he will help you up, and he will say, Mitra has cast this spirit from your soul. Your soul is clean.
Out of a moment of pure adulated joy, I will hug him. But then as I'm hugging him, I'll whisper in his ear and says, I do not feel any different.
And then you bite him.
You did not cure me. I don't know what you were trying to do, but you didn't cure me. And then I'll turn around and I'll declare to everybody, I'm cured!
Hey, woohoo.
And when you whisper into his ear, he whispers back, I know.
That would be funny. He, as you whisper it into his ear, he sort of takes you, pushes back from you and says, trust in Mitra. You are cured.
I think you're cured. You might be cured.
It's like 99% effective.
Since the GM has not told me to remove the spirit, any of the disadvantage, I know I'm not cured. So,
You don't know that.
I'll
Maybe
play
it
with
just
it.
takes some time
I'll play with
for
it.
to
I'll
gradually
turn
go away.
around, and I will. Since I am kind of selfless, I'm like, I'm cured, everybody. I feel better.
And the congregation will rejoice in your curing.
Or they'll
They're
point
all-
like the dude dead in the end of the 70s Body Snatchers movie.
So the rest of
Oh,
the
that-
service will continue. There's a few others that seek Mitra's blessing, and at the end of it, you guys can all leave unless there's something that you wish to do.
Sadly, the priest passes out from blood loss early on, though.
that
I'll look
guy
at
was being a
Materius
little
and say, "How do you
overdramatic.
feel? Do you think you're cured?"
I honestly don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Kudo looks
you-
up and
do you
says,
feel-
"You guys look about the same to me."
I still do. You still look hairy to me. I mean, do your hands still kind of, are they not as
Your
nimble as
palms
before?
I don't know.
I think we need to go hunt down that witch and see if maybe she can point us in a better direction. I think this guy was a
think-
charlatan.
I think I remember reading a book once that if you kill who did something to you, it goes away. So I think that's a good plan.
But we killed the
already
Wendigo,
killed the
and that's what
Wendigos.
brought into us. We killed the
Kudo
creature,
says,
and it
"Yeah,
came
we should
into
go
us.
on a hunt. That's a good idea."
My logic may be flawed.
I think we need to hunt down that witch and see if maybe she can point
She
us
didn't do
in a better
nothing. Why are you
direction.
hunting her down? Leave her alone.
What do
I
you
don't
think,
know, hunt
Materius?
sounds
Let's
pretty
go
good right
hunt
now.
her down.
Hunting's
I'm
good.
desperate.
She's gonna
But you're
fireball
cured.
your asses.
I don't know that I didn't feel anything. I'm just pretending, I didn't want the priest to feel bad or whatever, but I know I'm not cured.
But you are
So-
cured. He exercised you. I rolled for it.
He rolled to try to control my mind and I resisted.
I don't know
I
what
don't
you're
think you
talking
need to
about.
roll will for exorcism. That's not a will. You don't need a roll to resist that.
Are you sure?
Anyway, so the service ends and people begin to leave. They file out, and the patrician Dominicus, he will sort of get up and he's sort of chatting to his friends and stuff like that. He'll go to the head priest and he'll say, "A great service. We shall see you next week." And then he will walk out. He'll give you guys just a casual glance, since you were the stars of the show. Then sort of walk past, not caring much.
I will shadow him.
I thought you were chasing the witch. Make up your mind.
It's not
True.
official if you don't make a contribution.
Materius, should we follow him or should we go check on the witch and see if maybe she can help us?
Let's check with the witch. Let's do the witch. Why not?
All right, so we're gonna head to the witch.
She's already gone.
Well,
Materials
when you
is
leave,
downtown.
you'll see the patrician will sort of step into his, private little chariot, and he'll leave with the people that he came with. Obviously, he has some wealth and influence. But you head to the witch.
Well, once we know about the patrician, if we're going to do this in proper Conan style, we're going to need to break into his home. Or
I
his
will
estate.
say this: after everything breaks up, I will point out the Dominicus patrician to Berenice since he's at the service, so he knows he can follow her or follow him.
Okay. Is that the plan? To follow?
Kurgan and Materius are going to go to the witch, see if she can maybe help us find a cure.
She gave you a cure last time. She told you to kill yourselves.
That's a last resort. We're not at that point yet.
I mean, if you do, you need to make sure to be all by yourself when that happens. Like jump off a cliff or something.
I don't know if that will help. I mean, that spirit will probably just keep roaming until it finds somebody.
Don't know that. Maybe it'll
That's-
infect a shark.
That's where that winged demon came from. Somebody tried that.
Meh.
So, Berenike, are you going to shadow the patrician?
What? No, not by myself.
At least
Good way to get-
follow. Figure out where he lives.
Good way to get stabbed. No, I'm gonna go tell everybody else.
You're our leader. You could at least go introduce yourself to him. Strike up
Why?
a conversation.
I don't want him to know I'm here.
All right, so you go and grab everyone else. What is everyone else doing? Is there anything in particular you wanted to do while the service was going on? While Materius and Kurgan got cured?
Well, Apprentice was going to scout out the Supreme Court or the governor's mansion. He was going to try and locate where this patrician was, or Patronus.
Okay. Give me a universe reaction roll. If you wish to use a particular skill to maybe find where the patrician lives, you can make that roll. Otherwise, just roll IQ.
All right, I'll use fast talk, if I may.
Okay, so fast talk, how would that manifest in
Perhaps I'm chatting up guards, trying to get them to let me know where Patronus is, because I've got some documents to deliver to him, being a well-known scribe.
Sure. Give me a roll. All right, so you'll go from, sort of guard to guard, and eventually you'll find someone that seems to know where he is. You convince them of your BS story that you've got to deliver whatever it is, and you're told where he lives. And he lives in the same district as the governor's mansion on this map.
Excellent. Then I will definitely set myself up to scout out his location.
It is about this time that you will see a sort of open chariot being pulled by a fairly well kept manicured horse. Will sort of pull up in front of this place. The patrician, I don't remember, was it you that succeeded to identify what he looked like? Or you remembered what he looked like? Yeah. Okay, so you will recognize the guy as being Dominicus. He will step out of the chariot. He'll have there's a woman with him, which he helps down from the chariot, and he will then approach the household, which is a fairly nice nice setup. He will enter, and then the sort of chariot, leaves out back.
All right. I'm going to head over and find Balder and wait for the others to gather.
Go away. I'm relaxing today.
I guess if it takes a while, that might be about the time when Berenike shows up. Hey guys, we found the patrician.
Just out of curiosity, did you guys do anything with the body of Lycus, or did you just sort of leave it there?
I think we just
Left
left
it without a head.
Yeah, I don't know what she did with the head.
Did he have
She
any
didn't
armor,
keep.
by the way?
She didn't keep the
Bring
head.
the
She just
severed head.
kept a scalp.
Did he have any armor or anything, or was he naked?
He was naked, so he didn't do anything with the head or anything like that. She just scalped him. He just left it all there.
Yeah, I didn't really want to do anything with it.
Yeah.
All right, so news travels fast, and it's not long before you start hearing rumors that one of the soldiers was found dead, decapitated, lying in a pool of blood and filth. There was a guy who was in the stocks, looked like he'd been eaten by something, and the rumors are, the demon. There's a demon. There's a curse that has befallen Scandaga.
This town's got a bad rep.
Slink.
Right. So what are we going to do now?
So I located where Patrician is.
Okay. That's nice. Who is that again?
That's the bald guy. The guy that what was his name?
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know that
was-
we actually had a
I
long
wasn't paying
discussion about
attention.
that.
I wasn't paying attention then.
It was the guy that Lycus fingered as likely having a gem that Lycus thinks caused this curse to come upon him.
Like it's fingered someone. What? Right. So, what
Apparently-
are we gonna do next?
Apparently, Patrician wants this gem and some staff because of some power it will give him.
So we're gonna break into his mansion and steal it back, then, right?
I have no idea if this gem is the same gem that Danu's looking for.
Well, we can find out.
So what we need to do is exploratory surgery.
I think. Just give me 1 second. I'll check to see what status patricians are. I think they're status 3.
Did we ever get a description of the Eye of the Hawk?
You did. I have a picture of it, so I'll just bring that up in a sec. Just want to see what status the guy is. The GURPS Conan book is good for this. Its detail on the various lands is really quite good.
I don't even know if I have that one. Hey, look. That's going to be a 3rd edition one, isn't it?
It is a 3rd edition on it.
No, it looks like the Conans I have are the Adventures, Queen of the Black Coast, Moon of Blood, the Mercenary, the Worm Slayer.
Well, I've got a physical copy.
Okay, patricians are status 2.
Right. Still need to figure out what's our next step, apart from Kurgan and Materius apparently trying to hunt down a poor defenseless witch and beat her.
What the hell was our mission again? We were supposed
We
to
came
find out
out
what
here.
happened.
We came out here because we wanted to track down whoever was responsible for the taking those civilians.
Right. Which we still haven't done technically.
But we also had Danu coming with us because she was looking for the guy that she eventually killed.
So this
And
business with
and the
Lycus
eye.
and the patrician are technically a side job.
Yeah, except I find it, just a little not ironic that she found the guy that she wanted to kill, and he's connected to this patrician, and there's a gem that the guy referenced.
And he's also connected to the guy that we think is maybe behind the raids.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of theories and not a lot of evidence.
Par for the course.
But we do have the connection between Santidio, who owned the cart or purchased the cart, and Lycus, who has the ability to conduct raids.
Not anymore. Ha ha ha.
Used to. Well, unless he comes back because we didn't destroy the body.
And he's disappointed because he can't find his head.
Just a scalp.
Just for context as well, patricians in society, they're a member of the ruling class, similar to like the Roman Empire.
Well, patricians in the Roman Empire are families that were descended from the original founders of of Rome. So it wasn't just a single person; it was more. It's a family. It's a class.
I would assume the similarities between Aquilonia and the Roman Empire would be similar, but they are ruling class families. Yeah.
Well, Berenike, I think with Lycus out of the picture, a new job opportunity has just opened up.
Were you trying to get Berenike promoted to lieutenant?
I'm saying we might as well step in to the vacuum.
Yeah, who was it that he worked for? It was, I don't remember.
Who like us?
Yeah, he worked for somebody.
Well, he was part of the
Was it
Aquilonian military, but he was doing side jobs.
Vilitrium? Like the governor of Vilitrium or something? Or the commandant?
Well, he was a soldier. So the governor. Let me see. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, there was somebody else that he was answering to, I thought.
I was like, I wanted to bust Funky's chops and say, "Show us you have it prepared," without telling us that you have it prepared. Give me a second. Let me look that up. Uh-huh.
And that's of Vilitrium. But he was doing, Lycus was doing side jobs for
His dad?
Santidio.
Either way,
Right.
Santidio now has a job opening, and I think the patrician has a job opening.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Straight to hell.
I
Quite
suppose some
possibly.
courses of action you could probably try and find out from Santidio exactly what it was that Lycus was doing for him. Report that Lycus is dead. Use that as an angle.
Yeah, that's. I think I'd probably want to start with Santidio because Patrician is a bit of an unknown. Of course, Santidio will probably know more about him, so that's probably a good place to start. Therefore, if Pentius, since he is the one that has established the relationship with Santidio, would like to spearhead that operation.
Okay.
And,
Well, I
so
don't
it's-
have a IQ 15 for nothing.
Gee,
Yeah.
15.
So you're off to see
Was it?
Santidio.
So to get organized here, I think our objective is to talk to Santidio about Lycus, bring up the fact that he is now deceased, and that we could potentially fill in for him.
Okay.
And on the side, what about the patrician?
Break into his house, steal everything, kill everyone.
I'm
Murder
more
works.
inclined to wait out, wait and see what kind of loss Lycus is to these people.
Well, it would make sense if we're going to try to fill that power vacuum to be the first to fill it.
All right. So you will head to Santidio and meet with him. The Zingaran is in his quarters. You ask for a meeting. You're ushered in. He's in his sort of study. He pours himself a wine. Did you have body language or anything like that? Or who's going first?
No, I don't have body language.
You should get that.
So who's going to meet him?
Well, I suspect I
suppose
will
it would be sensible for Berenike to go along on that. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I'm relaxing today. Leave me alone.
All right. So Pentius and Bernie are the only ones that are going.
Guess so.
Right. Kurgan and Materius are going to go see the witch.
All right. We'll deal
Try
with
to
the
find
witch.
her. That's if she hasn't
Afterwards.
already bailed, because you scared her off already. Did you scare her
So-
off already?
You will be ushered in to meet Santidio. You'll have to obviously relinquish your weapons. You can wear your armor and stuff, but no killy items are allowed. I assume none of you have any problems with that.
You'll have to take off my hands.
Well, they're not going to do that. So you're allowed to keep your hands. So you'll meet him in the study. He'll pour himself a wine. You can see while you don't have body language, you can see that he's obviously, a little colder towards you. He says, can I pour you a wine?
Yes, please.
So
So he
this
says,
is completely,
so-
a reminder to everybody that the dead guy probably reported to this dude, who we are.
He says, "Where's Helgi today?"
Recovering from the fight.
Then we smash cut to a party someplace.
Did you want the wine?
Yes.
He will hand you the wine. Does Bernie want wine?
Is he drinking?
He is drinking, yes.
Yeah, I'll take one. You only
He
live
will
once.
hand you the wine. He will head back to his desk there, and he sort of leans on it, not quite sitting on it. He says, what was Apentius's alias?
Did he use one?
Some stupid name, but no, he always called me Apentius.
He did call you Apentius? I thought you had an alias there.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I think I threw one out there, but he was calling me Apentius throughout the last session. So
Okay. So he says, Apentius, what is it you wish to speak with me today?
Well, I couldn't help but notice you seem a little distant compared to our last gathering. Have I done something to offend you?
He says, I don't know. I don't think you have been completely honest with me.
Well, I mean no disrespect, but isn't that the kettle calling the pot black?
Don't take it
Centennial.
personally. He's not completely honest with everyone.
He says, I have been advised that your Helgi is in fact a ranger by the name of Boulder. So, Apentius, if that is really your name, can you explain this to me?
Well, it's true. Helgi, his name really is Balder. I suppose
Helgi's
you
a
got that
stage
information
name.
from. I suppose you got that from Lycus. I
He will-
noticed he was
he will
in the
nod.
courtyard the other day.
Yes. He told me that you were rangers. He recognized you as rangers.
We pick up work where we can.
He
under
then
whatever
looks
handle
to
we can.
Berniki and he says, I assume you are the same?
Rangers need money too.
It's not like we get paid well.
I have no problem with you doing work on the side. I just prefer some honesty. If I can't trust you, then it makes my situation difficult.
Well, I was honest with you about those people.
It's been my experience you shouldn't trust anyone. Least of all the trustworthy ones.
Aye,
And
that's
you-
true.
And you can take it on good authority that Lycus is dead now. I'm sure you know that.
I have not been informed, but he has
Well,
not been. He has been absent.
Well, word is he's dead.
You see the expression while he's being sort of cold turns to some confusion, and he goes, "What do you mean? What happened?"
I mean, they found him decapitated out by the inn, the stocks.
What? Why?
I don't know
Demon attack, I said?
if you believe that sort of thing.
He seems, genuinely like shocked. It's like, wow, that's unexpected. But then he says, "Okay, Apentius, what is it you're here for?"
Well, all I can say is when I heard that Lycus is dead, I heard opportunity knocking.
Okay. What sort of opportunity do you speak of?
Well, whatever it was Lycus was doing for you, I figure we can fill in that position.
He was a problem solver of sorts. I would have him take care of certain things that relate to his skill set. You know that people come to me to solve their problems.
I think you know we can be problem solvers.
Okay. So you would look to be coming onto my payroll, correct?
Correct.
So if someone comes to me with an issue, then I can look to you to resolve that issue.
I look at Bereniki Yes, that is correct.
And what if it conflicts with your current role in the Rangers?
I think our current role in the Rangers is pretty flexible.
Yeah, what one boss doesn't know isn't going to hurt him.
Actually, just saying that, what exactly is the Rangers' mission? Is it just keeping the peace?
Your scouts,
Is it even that? Just recon?
mostly recon. Assault recon, I guess you could, if you wanted to put yourself into a box.
Yeah, so there's really not a whole lot that would conflict with our mission.
Unless you're tasked with something that is counter to your, your role. Yeah, go and kill some soldiers or whatever that have not paid debts.
I think Berenike would probably respond to that question with, well, we've crossed the border before, in a manner of speaking.
Very well. I don't have anything for you right now, but I can certainly call on you if something comes up.
Well, we aren't going anywhere.
Now, how do you work the patrician into this conversation?
You could probably ask him directly. So what exactly was Lycus doing for you?
I am curious to know what Lycus was doing. What sort of work might we be doing?
Give me a reaction roll. This time include modifiers.
Did he have a current project we need to clean up?
So, you want... Oh, I have a lot of modifiers.
So the ones that are relevant.
Because I've got Rangers, I got Social Stigma, I got Talker 2.
You don't get to add your talker, but you could also roll an influence roll as well. An influence skill roll.
Saying that, if Santideo is a talker himself, he might actually appreciate that.
He is, so I think it does actually. I think it does come into it.
It might. I think it does. It's like, soldiers respecting someone who has born warrior, or born leader, born soldier stuff.
All right, so
Well,
add
it's
it.
the specific language of it.
So add the Talker
Where's
2?
it from?
It's a talent, so
Yeah, do
it'll
you
be in
remember
the
which
talent
talent's
section.
in?
Talents are listed in basic set, and it's in the basic set that tells you how the
it
reaction
might not,
bonuses work.
Yeah, it might not be. That one might not be in there.
Or talker, I don't
Power
think is
up's
in there.
316.
So you have a
What
choice:
I've got-
Talker.
a reaction
got
roll
here
or an
is-
influence skill roll.
Yeah, what I've got here is it either gives me +2
Reaction
to Tech
bonus.
Lies, Diplomacy, Fast Talk, Psychology, and Savoir-Faire, or +2 to reaction when, quote, investigators and anybody hiring you to investigate are involved.
That's an odd.
Right. Okay.
Right. I was thinking smooth operator. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Still.
Well, I'll add the +2 to my diplomacy roll. How's that?
Sure. He will say, well, I guess if Lycus is dead, then there is an opening.
And what would that entail?
I'm not sure of exactly the details, but Patrician Dominicus. Hang on, I've just got a cat coughing up a furball here.
Better the cat than you.
That's a cat.
Could you hear it?
Yeah. I thought
Heard
it was like a
something.
kid or something, or maybe your bird had gone postal.
Or maybe it was Materius.
I think I
No,
just got
seems
used
to
to
have
the bird
stopped.
freaking out.
He says Patrician Dominicus had need for Lycus. I don't know exactly what services Lycus was performing, but I arranged for the two to meet. With Lycus now dead, I'm assuming the Patrician will need a replacement.
How convenient.
I can speak to him and see if he requires your services, and if so, I will arrange for you to meet the Patrician.
Sure.
Very well. Very well. Well, we look forward to doing business. don't we, Berenice?
We love business.
I
He
should probably tell you now. I should probably also tell you that since we're being honest with each other, Balder can actually speak.
I see.
And then he
Well,
thinks
that's
about
a
it. And
good
goes,
start.
that explains the glares he kept giving you.
Also, he's not actually a giant.
It's two midgets standing on each other's shoulders.
I knew it. He will finish his wine, put his wine back down on the table, and he'll say, well, moving forward, I would like for this honesty to continue. It is the only way that we will be able to do business. Is that understood?
Very much so, very much so.
And I would assume there will be some discretion in what business dealings you have with me with regards to your position in the Rangers. Your commander need not know any of this. Yes?
No, he
Agreed.
does not. Which is absolutely true.
Well, I will talk to the patrician and see if he requires services further. If he does, how can I find you?
Well,
We have a
why don't we
signal
just-
now.
I was going to say, just stick your head out the window and listen for the screams.
That's right. You just shout out the name of Pinchas. No, we'll just tell him where we're staying. We can be found there.
Crap, we're going to get attacked. That's going to be awesome.
Say Apentius 3 times and he will appear.
While looking at yourself in a mirror.
And click your heels.
And drinking wine.
All right, so you'll, unless you have anything else to ask of him, he will say, well, I have things to take care of. I have a business to run.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
Good day, sir, and good wine.
The wine was pretty good. Certainly a step up from the usual wine that you get in the taverns and such. So you will leave, and I guess
You know what?
you will then join up.
I'm picking up streetwise. I'm going to be a street guy.
Yeah, sure. We can meet up with the others.
Kurgan, you were heading back to the witch.
Yeah, with Materius, correct.
Sure.
All right, you find her shop again. You will turn up. She will seem a little uneasy on your arrival. She says, what is it I can do for you?
I know you are aware of our condition. Is there anybody that you know, or is there anything that you can do to help us? I am willing to pay. I'm desperate. We're desperate. We want to be cured of this, whatever possessed us.
She goes for a knife.
She says, well, she asks you to sort of sit down, and she'll get you to, shake some bones. She pours them out onto the table, and she sort of reads the bones. She sort of looks at you sideways, and she says, "It is the both of you. You are similarly afflicted."
I'll re-describe the creature that we slew out in the forest that one day, and rehash the events, the wisp of smoke that entered our bodies, and describe some of the changes that we've been feeling over time.
She says, "This spirit seeks to replace you. When it is complete, your soul will no longer exist, and only the spirit of the creature will remain."
Can you remove this spirit or destroy it?
She says, "The spirit is attached to you. I fear if I destroy it, it will destroy you too."
Can you remove it first and then destroy it?
She sort of reaches forward and grabs Materius's hand and starts looking at his hairy palm, stretches out the fingers, and studies the palm and she goes, "No, something like this is not within my power. Animal spirits such as this, my magic cannot influence."
Do you know someone who can help us?
She looks at you and says, "I think if you are to survive, then you seek a shaman."
Do you know of anyone local, a shaman that's local that could help us, or do we have to go to the Picts for this?
Says the only shamans here are those that live in the wilderness, obviously referring to the Picts.
Well, okay.
Can you identify what has possessed us, entered us, is changing us?
It is a spirit, a nature spirit.
Do you have a name for it?
Bob.
Well, you already know.
We don't know that. We still don't know it's a Wendigo.
Actually,
Name
No, you
Bob.
do.
When
I
did we
think
find out?
Apentius found that out.
hmm he did research.
Oh, I've been under the impression I haven't had knew it was a Wendigo. Okay, so we need to find a Pict shaman to get this Wendigo spirit out of us. Okay.
Doesn't have to be a picked shaman. You just have to find a shaman.
Are there any shamans in this city?
She shakes her head and says, "None that I know of."
What do you know about the head priest at the Temple of Mitra?
She shrugs and says, "He is a devout follower of Mitra. What is it you wish to know about him?"
We just came from there trying to see if he could do an exorcism on us, and I felt it was a sham.
Well, it may not have been a sham, but an exorcism would not work. You see, your soul is not two, it is but one, and one is taking over the other. You cannot exorcise a body of its soul without killing it. Were you to be exorcised, then he would have exorcised your very soul.
In cadence. Exercise.
I can't not think it.
Can
I
you
know.
tell us how much longer we have before a cure is impossible?
She says about 2 seconds and then fireballs you.
She shrugs and says, "I don't know."
I'm gonna give her 50 gurpies, and I'll look at her and say, "Thank you."
I gave her a chicken. Can you
I-
top that?
Can I talk?
No.
You don't see a chicken around here, do you?
It was a tasty chicken.
There's new feathers on her outfit.
And no, Paul. The real question
I see the
is, can you
feathers
not
on it.
talk?
I see it. Yeah, she ate the chicken. She liked it. I'll give her 50 gurpies. Look her in the eye and say thank you for taking the time and helping us. We will seek a shaman.
She says, "Good luck in your quest."
All right, I guess me and Materius will head back to the inn. Materius, guess we really need to find a Pict shaman. I guess maybe Danu, we really need to help her with her quest to get to this shaman person.
We need to
Yeah,
make
get
sure
this.
we pick the right one.
Yes, and then
Ba-dum-bum.
so, I think Danu is probably going to be our best option right now, helping her with her quest.
She says, "Bingo," and another quest marker appears above her head.
How many quest icons have we collected now?
Probably a few.
Kurgan is no longer a worshiper of Mitra anymore after seeing that sham of a priest.
You don't know if it was a sham or not. He tried.
He did exactly what he meant to. It just wasn't what you needed.
It's not like you're possessed. It is like you're becoming. So the possessing spirit couldn't be, exorcised from your body. You need powerful magic. More than likely, you need Diviatics as magic.
That's what I was thinking. That's why Danu is going to be our way in.
All right, so you guys doing anything in particular?
meeting up with the group, getting back with everybody else, letting them know that we need to find this picked shaman. So we need to get a hold of this Diviatix that Danu knows.
All right. So, unless you guys do anything in particular during the day, eventually you will receive word from Santidio. He will summon you, and he will tell you the patrician no longer needs your services. He will then go on to explain that Lycus was tasked to retrieve some things for him. Apparently he has those things and no longer needs the services of or Lycus or your services.
Well,
Good to know. Thank you.
good for him, I guess.
Which means we need to really find this patrician guy, and
We're gonna break
because
in.
he's got both items.
Well, he's got everything he sent Lycus after.
Sounds like he may have the staff in the gym, especially if he no longer needs our services.
Well, all right. Now what do we do other than break into there and kill everybody?
Well, Apentius will look at Santidio and say, is there something you need us to do for you?
He says, for the moment, there's nothing. He says, unless you want to do some general crimes, in quotes, with a Z, which is GM talk for not important missions.
Yes, okay.
We never do crimes against generals.
Well, then, I appreciate you letting us know, and when you have something that you think is worth our skill set, please let us know.
I will. All right, so your plan.
Apparently, we don't have one anymore.
Break in, steal it, do a
We need
proper
to-
Conan thing.
I'm all for it.
There's totally
I
going to be
think-
the orgy scene that we
Yeah, I
have
was gonna
to
say,
go through.
Is
So
this
this
paradise?
is paradise.
The god has a long reach. That's what
I
I,
love
see
that
going
scene
on
in the
here.
movie. The music makes that scene so good.
Yep.
So, what are you guys doing?
What are we doing there, boss?
I honestly have no idea.
We should break in. Damn, I need to turn that down.
We need to recon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we got to scout the place out. I know where it is.
And Apentius can do magic recon.
So, how does your
Well,
recon manifest
Of
itself?
course, Apentius then pulls out one of his quirks and says, well, geez, I hope we don't light up the forest with this one.
Well, to be fair, we're not trying to hide from anybody, so if it does, on the other hand, it could turn us all blue.
You also are aware that the patrician status gives him a certain protected status. So you guys being just lowly commoners and stuff, if things don't go to plan, it's probably not going to be good for you.
I think if things don't go to plan, it's not going to be good for us regardless. And I think it's a high probability things will not go to plan. Like the raid on the Pict village.
That was an awesome not go to plan.
Well, Danu's already invited me to go back to her camp in case if things go bad. So I got him out.
All right, so recon. If Apentius can pull off the remote viewing, then that's probably the best place to start. Otherwise, we're
You
going to
can
have
do
to
that?
get physical eyes on. Yeah, we did that with the
Cool.
Picts.
Was I there when we did that part?
Maybe not.
Maybe you weren't.
That would explain why I'm like, this doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, that was the burial mound.
Yep. Okay.
Session.
Yeah, I was out that session. Well, it's still magic, so I don't want to be around it. It's creepy.
Well, okay. So scry is described in the probably it's described in the ability somewhere there.
Somewhere. I like that. It's in here somewhere.
But I can read it out. Allows the caster to project his senses of hearing, sight, and smell To any spot up to 100 miles from his current location, he must make appropriate sense rolls normally, as if he were in the spot he's projecting to, but may use the higher of his per-based path skill or his actual sense roll. After the spell is cast, the incanter can change his view to another area as long as it's within 100 miles of his current location. This takes 1 second per 10 miles from his current point of view.
We
Actually,
should probably do it during the daylight this time.
that mod file that you created, there is a parameter that you can set in the XML. So there's like an XML header. I think it's definition.xml or something like that. In there, you can set whether that is public for players or not. So at the moment, I have to share them for you to see them. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
So you could set that so it's automatically visible as long as it's been uploaded.
Oof. That normal range cost could really suck.
Yeah, well, we were doing it out to miles before, and it was okay.
Cool.
And we don't have to go nearly that far this time. Now, the trick we had there was you can actually reposition that, and it gives a bunch of rules about repositioning. But we ran into issues with, how do you move it around? Is it you walk it over here or there or something like that? And it's
I think we described that he can walk it around as he needs to.
I think the deal is you reset the location. You just reset the location. It just takes longer if it's farther away.
Yeah, 1 turn per 10 miles.
So
But I think what we determined was you could just do that at will. So it's not a big deal to move that location. Right, because the spell lasted like an hour or something like that.
It lasts 3 hours, as written, but it's -6 to cast. As in attached.
You are we're not in an emergency situation here, so you can probably take your time on that.
Isn't that going to be really expensive if it uses normal range cost?
I know we had the discussion last time.
Scry uses normal range costs, not long distance modifiers. So 100 yards is like -10.
It's a little confusing to me because the spell says up to 100 miles, and the cost includes range of 100 miles.
So how does the normal range cost factor into it?
Oh man.
It's
Yeah.
3
Now we need to
3 hours plus range.
So we stop the game and we go back and we listen to that recording of the previous game where we already had this conversation.
Right.
I'm assuming though, if you're just going to be outside, we don't need to worry about 100 miles.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, what is the basic long diameter of the city?
3 hours plus range. What exactly does that mean? 3 hours 8 plus range. And then it has 100 miles. So it's 30.
Yeah, so range. So it says here for most spells, find the range in the yards on the size and speed range table and read the size value for that line as additional spell points or spell cost points. For information spells, consult long distance modifiers.
Does it have anything in the incantations book about long information? Oh, sorry. Yeah, information spells. Because maybe there'll be a bit of a description there. Because I'm guessing the skill points required to cast it increases something to do with that 3 hours plus range.
Yeah.
Is that an effect on the duration, maybe?
So, so for a typical casting, which is going to be cast at -6, given the spell points of 65 SP, that includes a built-in range of 100 miles itself, which is causing me a little confusion because then it says Scry uses normal range costs, not long distance mods. So 100 miles if you were looking at that based on the size and range speed table, and you read the size value for the line as additional SP, that should already be built in because it's got 30 in brackets there under the scry.
Okay. Anyway, it's not important right now. You're not anywhere near out to that sort of range, so we will tag that as something to investigate after the game.
Like if we
And
were
we'll
saying
contemplate.
if we were saying that the range to the house is like, just throw me a figure, what would be the range to the house?
Does the map actually? No, it doesn't. I would say everywhere within a mile is within Scandaga's range.
All right. So if we were to just use a mile, instead of using a figure of 30 for the range that you see in the scry as written, a mile would have a cost or size modifier of 18. So basically, instead of 30, that would read 18. So we'd be cutting the cost of the spell by about a half, or just over a half. And so that would be range of 2,000 yards or 1 mile at a cost of 18.
But if you have a look in the casting thing, it actually has separate brackets for the range, and then 100 miles is a separate entity in that. And then in the spell description, it says to any spot up to 100 miles.
Yeah.
So
I can change the view to another location as long as it's within 100 miles. But I think what we'd have to do is adjust that to say, well, if we're rewriting this and we're using, say, a range of a mile, I think it would have to be rewritten as, after the spell is cast, I can change the view to another area as long as it's within 1 mile of my current location.
Now, 100 miles is minus 30 on the speed range table.
Yeah. So when you look at that spell scry as it's written, and it's got range 100 miles, then it's got in brackets 30 after it. What I'm saying is, what we're doing is we're going to reduce the range of the spell, and we're going to change the range from range 100 to range 1 mile. And that bracketed number of 30 would change to 18. And I wouldn't be able to...
I think it's casting time. Because if you see, it has 3 hours plus the range. So if the range was 100 miles, then it would take 8 hours to cast, or 3 hours plus 30 hours.
No, because what you're reading there is the duration of how long the spell casts, or how long it lasts. And it's 3 hours, and so it has a cost of 8 associated with it.
No, but you've got duration is another, separated by a comma again. So you've got the spell strength or strengthen augury plus duration. And then you've got 3 hours.
Yeah. So
which is 8
No,
plus range.
I think you're
Yeah, so
misreading the punctuation.
yeah, so if you read the ritual modifiers, it says up to 3 hours is a cost of 8. So if I put that duration down from 8 hours and I make it up to an hour, it would be 7, not 8. Or
Right,
if I made
why
it
is
up
it
to 12
saying
minutes, it'd be-
hours plus range?
because these are stacked costs. So for instance, the typical casting. So first of all, to cast Strengthen Augury, it costs 3. Then you're saying, well, we're going to cast this for 8 hours. You're going to add 8, and we're going to say the range of this thing is 100 miles. We're going to add 30, and then we're going to allow it to be moved with a speed of 10 miles per second. That's a cost of 24 for a total spell point cost of 65. And that's where your -6 to casting it comes from.
Yeah, so your penalty to cast is on the skill points. I'm just confused
That's
as to why it specifically says hours plus range, and then in the next section it's miles plus speed.
You're misreading that. The separators are the pluses.
Yeah,
The
these
commas are for the individual.
That's correct. So if we were to redo this spell, we'd have Strength and Augury, which would be 3, cost of 3. if we want to keep the duration of 8 hours or 3 hours, sorry, it's going to be a cost of 8. And then if we reduce the range from 100 miles to just 1 mile, instead of 30 there in the brackets, it's going to be 18.
Okay.
And
Anyway.
so the path skill penalty would be reduced from, say, 65. It would be reduced from 65 to about, well, just over half of that. So probably 30 to 39. So I'd be casting this at -3 because the spell point, the SP would be between 30 and 39.
Okay. All right. Enough time on that. If you wanted to do your thing, you can do it. As per how we've done it before. So
Okay.
65 points.
Okay.
Need to do it and end up seeing that there's a ritual, so we have to rush there.
Mm.
Well, this is just to cast it, to attach it to me.
Well, what I was saying is you don't necessarily need to attach it in this case. You can just cast it straight.
True, I'd have to find a place to create a circle to actually charge the circle and then cast it.
Which I'm sure we can manage.
So if we, I'm happy to just cast it as attached. Not a problem.
All right. So we'll do that.
All right. So we're just gonna.
What time of day are you doing this?
Well, I'd like to do it at night.
But then you got to deal with darkness penalties.
I suppose. Although I'm presuming the house would be lit up, but maybe not.
Yeah, you should do it immediately.
All right. Well, we'll do it immediately then. Close. Very close. So that successfully attaches it. And this will be to cast it. Oh, boo! Boo!
Do you have luck?
No.
Wait a minute. Why is that failure by 0?
Because he's
Skilled
17.
17.
And I rolled a 17.
Oh, because it's technically yeah, you just crit failed again.
But he did.
Lucky it's not a crit fail, though.
Exactly. Not a crit fail, but we could have lit up the forest again. So I will just simply curse and say, damn it, and better luck next time.
Can you
So that
retry?
uses up your slot. Do you have a spare slot? Did you attach it more than once?
Let's see. Oh, no, I did not. So if we're going to do this, I'd have to draw a circle and try again from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you've attracted the shadow demon. It says it wants a new host body back since we stole it. Last one.
All right. Well, like I said, I can try doing the typical slow and more methodical method.
If you're doing it during the day, I mean, why not?
I guess if you could just find me a place where no one's going to see me draw a circle. And
Oh,
all that
right.
good
You
stuff.
can't do it in your room. Or can you do it in your room?
I don't see why
Well, I
you
could.
couldn't.
I could do it in my room. No, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Just
then
clear some
just-
furniture and
Yeah.
chalk it out on the floor.
Pretty much, that's it. Okay, so I'm just going to have to do a circle. All right, I succeed in that. You want me to try it again now with the same modifiers, or are we going to try to do it just within a mile?
Well, you know that his place is within a mile, so you probably don't need to, overcompensate.
So we won't overcompensate. We'll just drop that mod by 3. Much, much better. So that will be a successful cast, and one presumes I can start scrying.
All right, so you head into his place.
Yes.
In a manner of speaking.
And discover a ritual, including human sacrifice taking place. And among those
Okay.
being sacrificed will be Kurgan's sister.
All right, so you will move within to the house. I'm assuming that you're not blocked by obstacles. You can just move through them and stuff, like you're insubstantial.
I believe so.
So you will move through the house, and for the most part, it looks fairly normal. Give me a perception roll, please.
Righto.
You are looking through the house, and you will see there is a secret, sort of secret passage behind a
Of course
bookcase.
there is.
You
Can
move
I
behind
push
the
through?
bookcase,
Yep.
and there is a ladder that goes down. So this would take you below the ground.
It's not a
Into
pole you can behind. You have to lift
Bat
up
pole.
a Shakespeare head to push a button.
If I had have known that before, then it may well have been.
Is it now?
No, unfortunately. There is a ladder that goes into a basement level, and in this basement level, you look around and you can see a room that looks like that of, some sort of, I guess, like a study of magic. So there's books and there's like things. There's Eye of Newt on jars of on a shelf, and there's things that just tell you this is like a wizard's lab sort of
The
thing.
Pentius is like, oh, I'm going to raid the crap out of this place.
You
All
will
right.
also see the patrician Dominicus is down here, and I assume you've seen the Spider-Man with the Green Goblin with what's his name talking to himself.
Yes.
What is his name? Green Goblin is
Willem Dafoe.
Daniel Defoe.
no the
Willem Dafoe.
character he
Oh,
plays.
Norman Osborn.
That's it. So you'll hear him say, I want to feed tonight. And he says, I know. I promised you, you will get your meal. And he's like talking to himself, but, obviously talking, having a conversation with himself. He says, you promised me souls every night. I want them. And the patrician says, I will get them to you. I'll get them. He says, if you do not, you know what happens. And he says, no, please.
Is the voice different at all, or is it the same?
No, it's the same voice. So he is literally talking to himself, and by looking at him, you think that he's like mad.
It's like Gollum. We can let her take care of them.
Do I see anything that resembles a large gemstone on a staff of any kind?
Laid out on the table, you do see a staff. It looks like this. 1 second.
1,000. That's a long second.
Ha ha ha.
And it has a name.
Decanowita?
Yep. And you also see the gem.
Okay, I see.
So I will do my best to memorize the appearance of both items, and I will continue to listen in if there's anything more important to hear.
And then the patrician turns and looks at you and said, you shouldn't be here.
Okay, so he'll have this conversation back and forth. One side of him seems awfully interested in feeding, and the patrician says, I don't have someone for you to feed on yet. I'll get someone. And then, the other voice says, you better, or I will take your body and I'll feed myself. And the patrician says, no, please don't do that.
Okay. I'll kind of pull my vision back, taking in as much of the room as I can, and just sort of wait.
So you'll pull your vision back. This like chaotic madness goes on for a little bit, and you see the patrician is looking over a map, and he says, where exactly is the temple? And then he sort of points himself. He says, the temple is there.
Dun dun dun. New location.
New location.
Can I zoom in?
What are you talking about? You didn't see
Sure.
the thing that popped up and said, your map has been updated?
Of course.
So he says, the temple is there, and he points to the map himself. And he says, so there is where we can combine you again. And he says, yes. Now, I want to feed.
Do I recognize this map or this temple?
You don't. You recognize the map, and it is just the map of the region.
The Kanajahara province.
This map, and the location that he points to, sort of up there in the map.
Oh, great.
Right. So we're going to go in, punk these dudes, and then the guy will escape, and we're going to have to pursue him to there. You know how it goes.
And I guess we will end it with the patrician saying, I will arrange for a party to take us there.
Excellent.
And we'll be the party.
That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
And that's where we will leave it.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I don't know if you picked up on it, but the eye of the hawk seems
bird
like it
skull on
could
the staff.
fit into the skull on the staff.
Right. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Now we
All
know.
right. So we will wrap it up there. Everyone will get 2 points.
Now, before I forget, I am going to spend 1 point to add jumping because I should have had it. And I was doing some jumping about today.
That works.
I don't know why I'm bothering to ask, but you think I'm good for Streetwise, or should we
Nope.
do some
Maybe.
more poking around before I'm qualified for that?
I don't know, is there grounds for you to have used it? Have you tried it on default at all?
Well, we're involving ourselves with the underworld now.
Yeah, but I don't know if you actually tried your hand at negotiating underworld stuff.
We just did.
Let's have the dice decide. Give me a default roll. On success, then we'll say,
Good Lord. What's that going to be? 6 or less?
5.
Ooh.
so on a success, we'll say that, yeah, you're a natural and you picked it up. On a failure, means you'll have to actually use Streetwise in-game on default.
Shouldn't have said anything.
You're going to roll a 3.
Oh, you might succeed. You might get lucky.
Well,
I'm telling you, he's going to roll a 3.
crap, I closed all the books. Well, I'm just gonna have to make an assumption
I
here.
think it's -5. We'll see
I
if it
already had a
matters.
-5 sitting right there. Wow.
See, there's a 3 involved.
Well,
Using luck.
you may want to. Okay.
Because why the hell not? Oh, never mind. I can't do that. That's combat aspected.
You may want to actually check what the actual default is, because if you
Fail
can
by
find
one.
a
I don't think it's 4.
if you can find a bonus, but if there's a bonus
so
that would,
technically charisma would apply to that.
so charisma adds all the time.
Streetwise
you're
is
dealing
IQ
with people.
-5.
Okay, and Bernie has charisma.
Yep.
All right.
There you
That'll be
go.
a
I win.
success.
That was fortuitous.
So you just naturally pick it up.
Yay.
I'm
too nice.
All right. Well, next week we get to have more killing.
Done with the
Uh,
Get
naked
to
dice.
face a wizard.
And we're down someone next week. Who's that?
Right.
Isn't that our wizard?
Yeah. Is Nashi still going to be out next week?
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. We're gonna fight a wizard without our wizard.
Well, maybe not. Maybe get hired to do a job. Anyway, if you're watching this and have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye.
See ya.